gentlemen, what an evening. What a week. I cannot believe half of the stuff that I read on Twitter these days. But welcome. Welcome to episode number 68. One episode before Ryan's favorite number. Of course, my name is Hypnotic, in case you guys are unaware for some odd reason. And of course, like every other week, we have plenty that we need to talk about and go over as the chaos from the week has become quite interesting. And apparently, up until today, I didn't even realize Godzilla apparently is a trans and non-binary icon. So I can't wait to get into that little debacle. But of course, before we do, let's introduce everybody. And we do have our special guest today, Mr. Movie Cynic himself. What's going on, man? How are you doing this fine evening?
Hey, not bad. How's everybody doing?
Fantastic, man. I'm glad to have you here. Let's do all our intros. We got Jay from the renamed, I guess, Diabolical Souls present. That's a mouthful, man. I'm sorry. I'm trying.
It is.
I'm trying.
DSP, everyone.
DSP.
Yeah.
DSP. Yes, we have DSP on the show. Finally, we have clearly made it.
That's not illicit medication.
Everybody, welcome DSP, our version, Saturday Night Hypnosis version of DSP to the show. Hopefully, we get lots of super chats like he does. But go ahead, Jay, take it away.
No, thank you for the intro. I had to change the name for reasons, and I'll be putting out a public statement about that. But now it's Diabolical Souls Presents, and there's a lot, happening, and there's a lot on the channel. Come check it out. And just happy to be with this crew again. These guys are great. And besides Roger, but let's move on.
Apparently, Ryan Roger Athe has started a pilot new reality base to compete with my show. I didn't realize that was a thing until I watched it today. So shout out to Ryan Roger Athe trying to compete
My
with
answer to Saturday Night Hypnosis. At least I can present myself properly, Hypno, unlike you. Nice rebrand, by the way. Loving that green face.
It's great. I know. I love it. It's a fantastic emoji. Don't worry. It's coming. It's coming. I'm working on it. All right. Shout out to Leon, our local LGBTQ representation. What's going on, my good friend? How are you?
Oh, man, I'm living the dream. Here we are, Saturday night, ready to get it rolling. Japanese films have been killing it. Not only is Godzilla -1 doing great, but The Boy and the Heron is set to have an explosive opening box office weekend. I gotta say, as someone who's been a weeb for years, I'm loving to see the Japanese, representation matters. So Japanese representation in film is just killing it. Plus, there's a lot of other stuff that we get to cover, and it's just been a magnanimous, overall week. Can't wait for it. Let's get into it. Let's go.
That was a big word. What was that word? Magnanimous?
Magnanimous.
Good job, Leon.
Thank you.
No, that did not look good on you.
More than 4 letters for me.
Magnano, what?
Apparently, our local competition, Ryan Roger Athe. Take it away, my good sir.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's great as the host and founder of Reality Best.
All right. Well, look like he's having
Oh, come on.
Don't you fucker.
Go ahead. Sorry. Go ahead.
As the host and founder of reality-based extreme, reality-based entertainment, reality-based music, reality-based comics, reality-based movies, and reality-based...
Was that about presenting yourself?
That's a whole lot of streams that nobody watches.
Hey, I am the master. I am the master of the Blooper Fest, ladies and gentlemen, and it's great to be on Saturday Night Blooper again. Hypnosis. I'm gaining a stutter because I'm so nervous. Can't you see how red I am? Great.
That's my job to make you nervous.
Yes, it's great to see the movie Cynic. Really I hope you're doing well, my good man. I was very surprised seeing you in the intro. You looked a bit Chinese, but we all look alike, don't we?
Like the Game Awards.
Yes.
I was adopted. Maybe I am. I don't know.
Probably. You never know. We're all Asians unless somebody says no.
That's my statement. Hashtag Atreus is not here.
There you go. And of course, our special guest, the movie Cynic himself, man. How are you? Take it away.
Hey, how's everybody doing? Yeah, I am. I'm glad I'm here. I wish it was under better circumstances so I could have a camera and stuff. I even have blue hair back, but I can't. No one can see it, but you can see it in videos at least. But yeah, thanks for the invite, man. Sorry I missed you the other week, but circumstances are weird. But I'm here now, so happy to be here.
It's all good, man. Happy to have you here, and don't worry, we'll see your blue hair eventually. So,
Oh
don't worry
yeah,
about it.
yeah, definitely.
And the coach MC, man, the Oracle himself. Take it away, good sir.
What's up, everybody? It's another week. It's another opportunity to shine. It's another opportunity to fight. It's another opportunity to crush those stereotypes. It's another opportunity to triumph over darkness, over bad entertainment, over all that horrible stuff that we have to sometimes go through the week. It's going to be always like that, oscillations of good and bad, but it's always a new week and always a new opportunity. I always love to see it from an optimistic point of view. And even though right now we're all over the place here in Miami, Art Basel, it's absolutely fascinating and crazy and overwhelming how many artists are flooding this town, how many people are from all over the place visiting this town from all over the world, because they want to see art. They want to see artists. They want to see sculptures. They want to see good design. They want to see furniture. They want to see bright colors. They want to get inspired. So from all over this goddamn planet, people are coming to this town because they feel that they are following this calling of art. And this is what we do. We follow our calling every Saturday night because we feel our calling of our culture, of our tribe, of what we love to defend, what we're coming from. And I mean, there is nothing more beautiful to exchange, to discuss, to get better, to improve. And art can be improved. Art is just a skill, and you can practice that. And if you want to go deeper and just practice that and become a better artist, a skillful master, then come over to the Coach MC studio and practice with me, ask me questions. There is a brand new masterclass coming up live on Zoom on the 16th. It's going to be a great opportunity to improve your skills as well, network, meet other actors. This is what we do. We exchange opinion and we let this culture grow, and we don't give up no matter what happens. So let's rock tonight.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Thank you. I think that deserves a cheer.
Yeah.
Yeah. They deserve a cheer. And our local British, not so British man, Will of the Fans, who's here for 2 nights in a row.
Wow. I know,
that
right?
in itself.
It's a miracle.
That deserves an unbelievable amount of cheer. I'm gonna do it again. We gotta do it again. Just because Will of the Fans is a legend. You guys understand. For those of you new to the channel, he's an OG. He's an originator. He was my Ryan Roger before Ryan Roger. You understand? I had to replace Will. I had to replace Will because Will left me. You understand? And now Will's back. So since Will is back, I mean, we could just get based right off the bat.
Get rid of the other British man.
Let me stop. I'll stop. All right. So Will of the Fans, take it away, man.
Yeah, hello. Salutations, my good chums. It's I, Will of the Fans. I am, as Hypnotic has pointed out, here for a second consecutive week for the first time in about a year. And fresh from a good day of slapping fake Doctor Who phony woke fans in my comments and lamenting the loss of a once great series yet again. I'm looking forward to talking to my peers this week about everything else that happened, because I've been a little bit consumed by Doctor Who, and also I found out that the Lame Awards happened, featuring such S-list talent as Simu Liu. And so yeah, let's just get on with the show, help each other out, because it's only when we're all together that we can keep snapping each other out of this fake justice and get back to actual justice.
Absolutely, man. Very well said. Very well said. And last but definitely not least, Dragon Slayer commentaries. Take it away, man.
Hey guys, thank you so much, Hypno and everyone. Glad we're back at it again. You know, we're gonna shit talk about some of the crazy stuff that's happened this week. We're gonna talk about all the insane people that somehow pop out every time a good movie comes out that doesn't align with their message, and they try to turn it into their message. And even crazier, okay, I will release a video extremely soon. So yes, you fucking bastard.
You can't
I'm going to break the cycle. Everyone's been breaking their cycles.
It's 89 days.
Will is back. I am fucking back, you cunts.
The fact that Ryan Roger knows the exact amount of days since your last video is pretty bad.
You can't just publish videos on YouTube, man. Come on.
I know. Pretty good. It proves that Ryan can count as high as 89.
I mean, at this point, I'm pretty sure that your algorithm has reset, Dragon Slayer.
I'm sure. I don't really care.
I don't really know what's going to happen.
Why isn't he bleeding out?
Who knows?
Why isn't he bleeding out in support?
I don't know. My subs just don't leave.
They love him.
Because most of my subs come from this show. They know me from you bastards.
Absolutely.
Oh,
But
man.
that's good,
It's
man.
okay.
You should definitely anyway finish. Go ahead, do you think?
No, that's it. That's it. Let's get started. Come on.
Oh, okay, good. So Dragon Slayer will be releasing a video before the year is over. We promise. Well, I don't know if we want to promise, but hopefully, maybe if we
No, you can
promise,
promise.
he'll be forced to actually release the video.
Don't tie
But
yourself to that.
yeah, ladies and gentlemen,
Oh
man,
my
we have
God.
a lot to talk about. Okay, there's been so
Yep.
much going on this week. You know, initially we were going to talk about the Rachel Zegler stuff and the Halle Bailey stuff and all that nonsense that they were doing. We were going to talk apparently about the Game Awards as well. You know, we were going to talk about how it's very obvious these Game Awards are not objective, I guess you can say would be the word. Very clearly in these awards they've been handing out certain games.
Honesty is
It's been
missing.
ridiculous.
Right.
You know, like the fact that like Oppenheimer is not even up certain rewards, and Hogwarts Legacy is not up there. Like all these award shows are very clearly not non-biased, and we're also now apparently let's just jump into it because we're going to talk about this particular thing. I wasn't even
Before we
planning to
jump
talk
into
about
anything
this.
real quick, Hypno, Vex is in the audience. Vex is watching, and happy birthday, Vex Electronica, you based brown bitch. Everyone wish her a happy birthday.
Happy
Wow.
birthday.
40th
Brown
birthday.
shit,
Vex,
that's great.
happy 40th.
Happy birthday,
I
Vex.
wish you a good day and a lot of money from your feet. pics.
Everybody in chat, make sure you wish Vex a happy birthday. I want to see the chat spam.
Please pay for her only feet pics.
I should
All right?
find a like
Show
a
your
happy birthday
support.
song that I could play. You know,
Only feet.
for
Yeah,
certain
Just put
interactions.
something Cavell, Henry Cavell. Just put something that up like that. And
She would like that, right? Henry Cavill?
yeah, she would like that. She would love
Yeah,
that
I
for her
got you.
birthday.
I got you.
Happy
It makes sense.
bitch day, happy
All right,
bitch
boys.
day.
Let's jump into this, man. I want to get right into this because we're not going to stay on this too long. I saw this on Twitter and I thought it was hilarious. You know, the fact that this is even an argument just goes to show where we are in today's world. So apparently, according to psychopaths on Twitter, let me just change up my screen real quick. According to psychopaths on Twitter, right? So we have,
This comment.
and you know what? This is not even like this is not even one of the only comments that I've ever seen that have said something like this. Ever since Godzilla was shown to have the pink, you know, like the pink, what do you call those spikes or whatever on his back? Ever since that was shown, like the activists have gone crazy on Twitter. They've gone.
It's an irradiated giant lizard.
No,
I didn't know people would take it fucking seriously.
No.
This person, yeah.
no, they
It's
took
a
it seriously,
fucking
bro.
lizard.
They took
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
seriously. They are literally taking the pink spikes on the back of Godzilla as a confirmation or validation that Godzilla is a trans/non-binary icon of some sort.
They'll
Yeah,
take
yeah.
any.
This is a
They'll
real thing.
fucking take anyone, won't they?
Absolutely
Absolutely anyone.
It's been canon in Japanese films for decades. Bullshit. First of all, it's been canonized in one film, and it was the very
the
first
98
American
one.
film. Yeah, the 98 Godzilla. And even then, Godzilla was a he, she. It wasn't trans. Godzilla was a male that reproduced asexually. They've actually done things about how Godzilla reproduces in the Japanese films, and never once. They refer to Godzilla actually in original Japanese script mostly as gender neutral terms. That's it and whatnot. They very rarely call him a he. And when you hear that and when you read that, it's usually a translation thing. But it's still the king of the monsters. Godzilla is still referred to as a he on occasion. Like it's absolutely mind blowing. The blatant mislead of canonically, even in the Japanese films, proves they know absolutely nothing about actual Japanese Godzilla.
Well, I mean, if it's a demon, if we technically regard Godzilla being a demon,
Godzilla's not a
then
demon,
yes,
though, so you're already off
right.
base.
No, I'm just saying, yeah, hypothetically, if you can say technically, well, it's a sort of a demon figure, then yeah, you could say, you can talk about it as like a they and them, like
I mean,
demons.
you can hypothetically
usually
say
are
if Luke
addressed.
Skywalker were in Middle Earth, though.
But
That's still
exactly, but
technically
that's so much of a stretch that I ask myself,
You're a
why?
wizard,
Can't win,
Luke.
coach.
Why is this
Can't
stretch?
win.
Why is this stretch necessary in the first place? I mean, what does that give or subtract to entertainment to know or not to know? Or to ask yourself, like, if Godzilla is a fucking trans character. I mean,
Well, the weird thing is what this person says, it kind of calls out the whole hypocrisy, right? So they say that Godzilla is canonically non-binary and trans and capable of changing its gender to reproduce. This has been canon in Japanese films for decades. Don't act like the explicitly anti-American character is on your side, you desperate pick-me, right? So they're trying to say that canonically non-binary trans and is capable of changing its gender to reproduce. So you're saying that, in essence, they're saying that trans and non-binary is basically there for you can still reproduce, right? So what's the excuse of all the humans who can't reproduce by changing their sex? Is it just that are they LARPing? Are they faking it? Like what's the deal here?
Who knows?
Like how deep does it really go?
I mean,
Like
Godzilla
LARPing.
isn't even explicitly anti-American. It's just
Yeah.
I
It's
did
just
Google.
anti-skyscrapers.
It's
Yeah,
nuclear
it's
weapons.
anti buildings in general. It does not like
It
buildings.
doesn't really reflect.
He's definitely
American buildings,
anti-cleanliness because he likes to destroy shit. But
Yeah.
Will, what were you
Godzilla is
gonna
also
say?
never reproduced in
Well,
the Japanese canon, by the way. Godzilla, because everyone's like, "Oh, the son of Godzilla." Well, if you knew your fucking Godzilla lore, that is Godzilla more like adopted that thing from it was basically an abandoned Godzilla child because Godzilla is a species in certain Godzilla canons. So Godzilla's son isn't even biologically related to like the true Godzilla. So we've never actually seen Japanese Godzilla have biological kids. So that once again, know your fucking lore.
I mean,
Well,
Godzilla is basically
I-
Japanese Cthulhu, but
I can't
just-
believe we're even having this fucking conversation.
Exactly.
I know,
We
absolutely,
have to.
that profile.
Right.
Wait.
That's
This
why I'm
one-
laughing like
I've-
off the mic because I'm just like
I'm
just
sharing.
watching.
I'm sharing my screen because I
Are
just
you okay?
yeah, just briefly because I actually had to fucking
Oh,
type
Lord.
what gender is Godzilla into Google just and I just never thought I'd ever
Just
get
type
to
it.
this point where I'd actually have to fucking Google it. The second point I want to make of three is the fact that it appears that the trans people seem to have forgotten the basic fundamental argument that they're making in the first place, which is that human beings can be any gender that they claim to be, no matter what they've done to themselves. Because Godzilla, surprise, surprise, is not a fucking human being. You absolute fucking retards. Excuse the swearing already.
Well, wasn't
so
it like
early.
last week where they tried to compare it to a clownfish or something? Like
Yeah.
they're
did.
going out of species now. They ran out of all possible validations within the human race. So now they're going to other species of animals to try to find validation.
That's it. Like that's
I
it.
mean,
That's my third point. Is if you're that damn desperate that you need representation, and that you are going to go to a completely fictional, gigantic lizard god monster to just prove that there is such a thing as a non-binary species somewhere on this earth, you are absolutely searching, like you are digging in the gutter, like the absolute filth, way below the bottom of the sea. You are.
And that seems to be okay for them.
Down there somewhere, really digging really hard to find something to justify your fucking obsession. Shut the hell up.
Justifying things though, because I want to. There's a lot of individuals that were on our side of the fence that were throwing a fit about. It wasn't just all these trannies and LGBT people. They're all like, "Woo, yeah, trans Godzilla because the pink spikes." I saw so many dumb motherfuckers, so anti-woke people on Twitter being like, "Oh, how could they make Godzilla's dorsal fins pink? What's the world coming to?" Well, that's been a thing in Godzilla for a long time. There's been multiple incarnations of Godzilla that have pink dorsal fins. It depends on the power up. So our side is also just as retarded for throwing
my God. No, please
At least
don't.
our side is full of human beings, though, Leon. Not these trans-dimensional aliens.
Whether you're a retarded human being or a retarded sea creature, I don't give a shit. A retard's a retard and shouldn't be speaking for our side.
Damn. All right, there we go. Hey, look. If we're
Leon is our
going,
local liberal.
It's gonna be all of us.
Wait,
We're gonna be standing there with our men and our women and our children and stuff like that, and they're gonna bring Godzilla and fucking Cthulhu.
Claire, go ahead. What are you gonna say?
No. I was gonna say, like, if people are already throwing a fit over Godzilla, then oh my God, you better pray for them, because the second like Rings of Power season 2 comes out, some dumb fuck is gonna say Sauron is non-binary. Look what they did to his suit. They added a shade of pink to it.
I actually look forward to when Dragon Slayer mentions Rings of Power because Ryan loses his shit. I love it. Ryan
all this fucker ever thinks about. I'm telling
because it's
you.
a good comparison point, you cunt.
Oh my God.
To be fair, it was the only time he's been relevant in the last couple of years.
You fucking.
What is with the shots today?
Why
What is
not?
with the shots?
Ryan over
my
here,
God.
like, yes, they took
why
a shot
not?
at someone that wasn't me.
Make a video. Just make
Damn
a
you,
video.
Leon.
If we can get to $100 in super chats, we're gonna buy Ryan a new cardboard for his wall. That's
Yes.
what we're gonna do.
Please buy him some new
Now,
cardboard.
the cardboard is the desk. The paper is the curtains.
Well, you know what? I hope we can
so sad.
upgrade your setup to plastic walls at least. Because for fuck's sake, the paper's gonna rot eventually.
What does
Okay.
the movie Cynic think
No,
about
Heist Man,
planning
no, there's
Godzilla?
never been a female Godzilla. That Godzilla is the
Yeah.
king of the monsters, and Mothra is his opposite, the yin to his yang. That's why Mothra is the queen of the monsters. Like there has never been a female Godzilla.
Good.
See,
What
and
about
I'm lost because I
American
thought Godzilla was a female and only came to shore when his cycle time enraged.
I think that was the American.
That's what I thought.
I think that was the American version.
Cynic, what were you gonna say?
I remember, so like, since we're on the topic, because this is absolutely absurd,
Yes.
but
Yes,
since
thanks.
we're on the topic and discussing
Welcome
it,
to Saturday Night
there-
Hypnosis.
Yeah.
Right, there are like 4 different generations of Godzilla series because they based it on like whoever was ruling Japan at the time. So there's like 4 generations, and like the third one, which was mostly in the 90s, he did have a kid, and I think it was biological. But I'm also pretty
apparently.
yeah, but I'm also pretty sure it's like the same way. That's where the 98 Godzilla, the American version, came from.
Yeah.
Oh, and I was supposed to be able to talk about this like yesterday or the day before on Open Bar. Everyone in the chat, Godzilla -1 is probably the best movie I've seen all year. Like everyone should go see that fucking movie. It's incredible.
Brilliant.
A lot of people are saying that about that movie. That's why they
It
extended
really
it. They
is.
extended it in U.S. theaters, right? So late December or something like that.
Yeah,
getting
I'm a really
extended.
big Godzilla fan. Like that was the I haven't had time, but that was one of the reasons why I started like a second channel just to put like random reviews on there, and it was supposed to be Godzilla first. So Godzilla -1 I was really looking forward to all year, and it's super pleasing as a Godzilla fan that like so many people are enjoying it, because it really is like Godzilla's at his best when he's when it's being taken seriously, and
Right.
the Toho,
Mhm.
it's
True.
kind of like Nintendo, right? Like when it comes to their IP,
No, but you're
they
right.
take it
Yeah.
really seriously and they're really protective of it. And Toho's become like that with Godzilla, and that's why
I love
like
the way that Japanese people tend to lean that way in general. I
Mhm.
really
Yeah.
respect them.
Yeah, and so Godzilla's incredible because, like, as a character, it can be that goofball character that everyone thinks of in the rubber suit, or it can be, the incredible movie that, in my opinion, is probably the best one this year and really should be nominated for a Best Picture. Not that those awards mean anything anymore, but it really is that good.
I just highly doubt it's
You
going
and I are
to
going to get along. Oh, sorry, go on.
Let's-
Now.
No, I was just going to say I just highly doubt it's going to get recommended for anything.
I know.
Because
Probably
it
not,
doesn't
no,
have
'cause
it doesn't have
it's
any
such a
kind of
shame.
real
No.
representation in it. Obviously it's not a US made film, which I think is also
Yeah.
a prerequisite for some of
Wow,
them.
they,
but-
they nominated Bong Joon-ho
Yeah,
I believe,
yeah,
for Parasite.
Parasite
I
one.
think it'll definitely
Yeah,
get a
that was a
nomination.
political choice. But yeah, it probably could be also nominated. I mean, Hollywood has become so political that it really depends on what kind of lobby is right now dominating the agenda inside. And so these movies get nominated or they get special treatment or whatnot, So it really depends like who's in charge of giving out the orders, what should be kind of observed in that year, which it sounds more negative than it is, because sometimes it's a good thing if the unions and everybody's and the studios and the networks are working like honestly together and they don't have any type of maleficent work going on. They actually can do some good stuff by telling, hey, this is going to be our theme for this year, so let's focus all of our work, and so let's co-produce stuff. And so actually that can lead to more output and more quality if you do it seriously and honestly. But unfortunately the system got so twisted that now it's all for political reasons because of that and that, and it's so weird, right? I mean, the nominations, these award shows, they are hollow.
Yeah.
They don't mean anything anymore because
Yeah.
exactly it's just for that political reason that he get, and then very, very few exceptions, they are really, really nominated. They're really nominated because they were the best in their fields. They're really nominated because they produced the best entertainment. They're really nominated because they did something outstanding and amazing. But most of the time they're nominating mediocrity. And so therefore they're receiving mediocrity, and therefore people are staying at home because nobody wants mediocrity. And by the way, if you don't want mediocrity, come over to the coaching system.
Nice.
Nice.
Godzilla, just
Plug in.
I got a quick question for you.
Chad, do you think I should play the transnational anthem?
Yes.
Of course.
It's been
Put
way
it
too
in the
long to
chat.
do it.
I
It's
haven't
okay.
played it in a
Everyone's
very, very
saying
long
yes.
time. I don't know.
Everyone
Most of the
says
people
yes.
watching the show are probably new and haven't never even heard it before. I haven't played it in
Well-
like months. I haven't played it since Pride Month. Actually, now that I think about it, yeah, Pride Month was the last.
I was on the show the last time you played it. Then.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if people want it, I'll give it to them, but they got to let me know in the chat. So let me know in the chat while we continue on. But yeah, I mean,
There's
it's
a
pretty
flood of
ridiculous.
yes, only one no.
I saw
so
one
far.
really long no. Really long
I'm just curious. Cynic, are you
So
watching
do it.
Monarch?
Hell yes, play it. Yes.
Am I watching
Play
what?
it, baby.
Monarch.
6K.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance yet,
Okay.
but I definitely plan to. Yeah.
Play to
Which-
make them suffer. Yes.
Which did you prefer,
sure.
Cynic? Shin Godzilla or Godzilla -1? Because I think there's actually an argument for Shin Godzilla being a better film. So I want to hear your opinion.
No, I think there is too, and it's probably recency bias. So give me a few more months and it might change. But right now, -1. Like, dude, that movie. Just a fanboy over it for a minute. Like, I teared up at the end. That's
Yeah,
how
you and me both.
connected that you become with these characters, which is incredible to say for a Godzilla movie or just a movie in
Yeah.
general. You know.
You're
-1
not the first
definitely
person to
has
say
the
that.
best human story of probably any Godzilla film ever. Absolutely. Like,
Absolutely.
Like, I don't think there's any arguing that.
I
I've heard
absolutely
numerous
love the
people
fact
say they
that,
teared up in this movie.
Yeah,
Really?
I did.
It
Like,
really is
on
that good.
2 different instances.
I gotta watch this. I haven't
I think
seen
people
it.
are just they're so I don't want to call it desperate, but I guess desperate's the word I'm looking for. People are just desperate, man, for literally anything that gives them that movie going experience. And like I said in the last stream, you know, a lot of people were saying in different chats that I'm in, and I'm getting like different messages overall of people who went to go see, you know, Godzilla -1, and they were all like, you know, my theater clapped at the end, or they clapped during certain moments of the film, and like you don't really get that anymore. You know, like that
No,
hasn't happened
true.
for a few. I don't think there's a movie recently that has wait, what is that super chat? Please. Yeah, I'm gonna read that later.
Wait, what?
He's
What?
been in like every comment section. Kilt Occasion, I love you, but he's been in, like all my comment sections in his stream. I go on, just being like, I haven't watched
Oh,
Arcane,
you
haven't
haven't?
seen haven't seen
You
Edge Runner.
motherfucker! And you go after me for not watching
That's
shit.
hilarious.
You haven't watched
Oh.
Arcade? Fuck off.
What I was gonna say?
No,
No,
Arcane
peop-
flew over my radar just because I've never been a
Oh.
since
Oh,
I've
no.
not played a
Dude.
what's it called? League of
Dishonor
Legends
on
or
you
whatever
and
the
your
game is.
family.
Like,
Yes.
Yes.
From now on, your name shall not be pronounced anymore.
I don't know. I got a
Why did
pretty
you
good
go all
super chat
German?
not to play the song. So
I don't know, man.
it would take
He
an
went all
even
German.
bigger super chat to
German.
make me play the song at this. I gotta respect Kilt Occasion.
Oh,
He just
man,
dropped
I'm
$30.
really looking forward to that.
He dropped $30 here. You know what I'm saying?
Steve
I'm just
You're
saying.
doing my
Anyway, no, but I was saying before is that it's true, man. Like people are desperate for that experience. Like the whole reason when I really do think that streaming kind of killed the theater. Obviously, you know, like that's that famous old song. You know, radio killed the whatever star.
Video.
Video killed the radio.
Yeah, like it's kind of like
Video
now
killed
video kind of killed, or streaming killed movie theaters, and
No, actually,
now-
they made a sequel. So there's a sequel song called "Internet Killed the
Yeah.
Video Star."
yeah, that's really what it is, bro. And eventually it's just gonna keep going. But my point is that theaters used to give you that special experience, right? If you don't have a movie that a multitude of people are excited to go see, your friends, your family, whatever, you're not gonna have that experience. It's not gonna be worth it for you to go. And now with streaming and the availability of stuff to your doorstep in terms of your TV, it really takes that special movie to make you want to go, right? So
Mhm.
now there's certain movies every now and then that happens, you know. And the last one I think that I went to honestly was No Way Home. I haven't gone to the theaters in a while just because there's nothing. What the fuck, KRG? God damn.
Oh.
Okay, I guess we're
$50. Play the fucking song.
now we're
okay.
having a super chat war.
Come on.
But
You better
you
do
know
it for
there's
the
nothing. I'm gonna play. Don't worry. There's nothing that
$100 to not play it. Yeah,
there's
we raised the
nothing-
bid to
Ryan,
$100.
stop it, Ryan. There's nothing
I get
out there that
$30?
has come out
$30?
recently
Yes,
that
I
makes
don't
people
know.
want
I
to
don't know.
actually go and watch it
No.
and get
No.
that experience. So
Yeah.
it's nice to finally have something. And then what happens? You get these fucking insane retards that go on Twitter and they're like, he's a trans icon. You know, it's just like with Link. When Link was a talking point, you know, when the games were coming out and whatnot.
Right.
Like when they said that Link was trans and there was always
Oh
evidence
my
and
God.
it was always hinted at, I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, you guys are reaching. You're
They
reaching.
tried
so
it. They
hard.
tried it with Lucia from GTA 6 as well this week.
If it
They tried that as well.
if it's
I mean,
so normal,
someone made a Reddit post saying Lucy from GTA 6 rumored to be trans, and then cited that to start an argument on Twitter where basically everybody was it was just a circular fucking thing. So basically they make a fake rumor, then they tweet the fake rumor. Somebody else then uses that, and then it actually made its way into some mainstream publications that were actually talking about how there's an argument and evil like anti-woke toxic.
The people that started the Lucia is trans thing was part of Keemstar's team. People who were like and Keemstar is very drama filled anti-woke sort of shit as well. So like it was actually again once again you've got to blame our side when they do dumb shit. It was our side that started propagating that dumbass trans rumor that was not true.
Well, yeah, because there are too many people on our side who will just bite absolutely fucking anything and run with it. Well, you've really got to do just the scantest amount of research to verify whether something is.
What's up, Atreus?
Hey, Atreus.
What's good? How y'all doing? Sausage Fest again, I see.
Yeah, man. Talking about
We're white women.
So that's what you prefer.
Like you're going against Leon's transitioning by calling it a sausage fest. That's not very nice.
All right, man. You got to represent.
The fact that you were black and you give this show representation, I would be offended, but you get a pass.
He's wearing orange. Is that
I
your
thought
person?
He is going Super Saiyan. Like he is going Super Saiyan.
I thought I didn't have the trans national anthem anymore. I had to look through my computer. I actually do have it. So I mean, to respect KRG's super chat, I am actually going to play the song. So I'm gonna bring it up right now. And Godspeed to anybody who hasn't heard.
All rise for the national anthem.
Yes, all rise for the trans national anthem. I hope this is the right one. Jeez,
drink it in
so long. Hope that's right.
Trans people belong here.
Oh, yeah,
we need trans people. We love trans people. Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people.
Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire.
Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people. Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people. Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people. Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people. Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people. Trans people belong.
You guys are f***ing out of your minds.
We need trans people. We love trans people. Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people.
Oh shit.
Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people. Trans people belong here.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
You sound like a gay.
You matter. You matter. And I am fighting for you. And I will not stop. I will not stop today. I will not stop tomorrow. You are wrong. You matter. You belong here.
Ladies and gentlemen, our ESG scores.
I love you. You're awesome.
Approved by Jesus himself.
Remember,
Approved
Jesus
by
loves you.
Jesus himself. Remember, always, our ESG scores just went up drastically because it was looking a little white on this stream. Atreus joined, that bumped us, and then this song played, that bumped us. We're good. I think we're
I'm
good
black.
now.
This point, we've probably.
It was actually good to hear that song, man. It was good to hear that song. I haven't heard that in such a long time.
Yeah, that was great. We've probably
good.
also just gained ourselves at least 3 Hitlers and a couple of Nazis before.
For
we
sure.
get demonetized as well.
I also have trans people are our friends. I can also play that. You know, maybe.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I missed that one. I missed that absolute
That was a good
retard.
one. That was a good one.
I unironically like that song. It's so fucking catchy.
That is annoying, isn't it? It really is annoying that it is catchy.
The way he
everybody enjoyed that.
People are my friends.
I think it's the fact that he sings like he's retarded that is making it.
Well, to be fair, he's Scottish. So.
You're gonna make me want to play it, man. Stop, come on.
Play
But no,
it.
seriously, I hope everybody who is new to this stream, because I know a lot of people are new lately.
exactly.
I hope you guys enjoyed the trans national anthem. Maybe I can make it into a super chat like goal thing. I don't know. We'll see in the future. But
Yeah, that's
it was cool to bring that out and use that. It's one of my
Atreus's
two megas moments.
microphone was so dirty that he had to wipe it because
Atreus, everybody's wondering why you're glowing.
Orange shirt was
that's what I'm saying.
irradiating.
Vaseline on your camera or something. What's
You're
going on?
you favored by like the Super Saiyan gods or something, bro? You're
No, he
glowing
had a
like you're
nuclear
fucking
It
about
looks
to
like
blow up
actually,
something.
it looks like something. Right
There's no
next
black
thing that
people in
is-
Dragon Ball
that's
Z.
on
Mr.
Super
Popo
Saiyan.
doesn't count.
Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Mr.
They
Oh,
made
well,
him blue. They made him blue. And
sorry, black people. Sorry,
in the
part of the
highlighted
Blue
version.
World
no hope
Order.
for you on Dragon Ball.
Although for any Dragon Ball fans out there, I
Oh,
found on
Lord.
YouTube yesterday the entire Resurrection F movie completely redone in the OG Dragon Ball Z hand-drawn style.
Nice.
Looks awesome. So if you're looking for
Yeah.
something to do later and you got an hour and 20 minutes,
I
watch
need
Resurrection F with the OG 90s soundtrack and the redraw. It's great.
Boob doesn't
Where the-
count
where
as
the
black.
hell
Boob
is
is
this?
not
Where?
black.
Hey, send it
Where
to
is
me.
this?
Where?
I need it right now. I want this. Where is it?
Yeah, send it in the
I'll send
private
you the link
chat.
afterwards. I've got it saved in my YouTube watch list. It's super cool. They
Go ahead-
replaced
go ahead and
all the
send- go ahead and
Japanese
send it
music
to me.
with the old 90s music. Like, it's awesome.
Yeah. The Falconer.
Yeah, go ahead and send it to me. Go ahead and send it to me.
I want it.
Yeah,
I
send
want
it.
it right now.
All right, so
I'll
we're pretty much
talk to you
done.
guys later. I'll talk to you guys later.
He's gonna go watch
We're
Resurrection.
done
F.
talking about trans Godzilla.
The way it
I
was
think at this
meant to
point, I
be
mean,
seen.
it's pretty sad the desperation that certain people have to try to look for any sort of validation, and they're looking for it in a gigantic mutant lizard. I think that's pretty interesting. But this is Twitter, you know. And again, we weren't going to talk about this, but literally it came up at like, I don't know, 5 hours ago, and I was like, wow, we got to talk about this. I had sent out the topics, and I was like, wait, by the way, we got to do this too.
No,
just 'cause
sure. I
it was
mean,
just
it's absolutely
ridiculous.
hilarious and funny and incredible and off the rails. So, you know, to the extent some people are willing to go to identify themselves with something that's important instead of producing something important themselves, right? So they go and make all these efforts and, you know, invest all this energy to kind of come up with some sort of link or argumentation why they are cool and great and outstanding, and instead of just delivering that, right, something cool and amazing. No, because they can't do
It would
that.
have made more sense, ladies and gentlemen, if Godzilla was an iconic black role model. I think that would have been a far more what's the word I'm looking for? Interesting
N-wordzilla?
argument than
Is
a
that what you're looking
trans
for?
icon.
What is this one?
Godzilla's Godzilla's violent. Is that what you're trying to say,
Black.
Brian? Just say
Godzilla
it,
is a
Brian. Just
black
let it out.
icon. He
Right?
destroys
Right.
cities like your
It's
people.
again proving the point. No, by all seriousness, it's again
Brian,
proving the
Godzilla
point.
didn't steal anything though, so it doesn't count.
These people
That's
are
why
desperate
Godzilla
and
never
lazy.
attacked Haiti.
Oh my god.
They're just
Anyway,
desperate and lazy.
in between topics now, I'm gonna do super chats instead of waiting for the hour mark just to get them out faster.
okay.
So just let everybody know. Emily's Whimsical World for $10 Canadian says Canadian dollars like Monopoly money. LOL. Is that
And,
true?
So
Is that
true.
true?
So true. So true.
What is
I gotta
$10 in
push back
Canadian?
on that. That's not
Jay?
true. You can use
$10
Yeah,
Canadian
it's a conversion
is
rate.
5
Let me
cents
ask you this.
American.
I want to know, Emily, why do the women in Canada hate Canada so goddamn much? You hate the men, evidently. You hate the Canadian dollar. Y'all hate the weather. It's ridiculous. If you ever talk to a Canadian woman, they always say, "Yeah, our men are like."
Go ahead.
Don't
Go
say
ahead.
the word.
Yes, that's it.
Where's
That's
our
it.
girl Melanie Mack?
I got a passport. I have a passport. I can come down there. Go ahead.
Emily's Whimsical
I
World
can
also
try.
gifted 1 Hypnotic membership. Thank you, Emily. I appreciate
Oh,
that. Very
man.
nice of you. KRG gives 5 Hypnotic memberships. Thank you, KRG. I appreciate that a lot. EHEF gives $20. Says Godzilla may be gay, but Dylan Mulvaney is still bigger bundle of sticks. Nice.
Oh,
There you go.
oh yeah, that's true. That's true.
I appreciate
the
that.
most
Man. Thank you.
How is Dylan Mulvaney doing in Chile? Has he been kidnapped by the cartel yet?
He's not doing very well. You know?
Did
He's-
you see that his speaking engagement had 0 viewers? Like, he was paid
0.
40
What?
for his speaking engagement that no one showed up to. Literally give a speech to an audience of zip.
Is because he has
First-
convinced people that he'll actually draw a crowd, and he's not going to draw a crowd.
You know what? Zombie box reviews. Fuck you, man. Fuck you, man.
Well,
What?
it's
Yeah.
interesting.
Go Zombie Box Reviews, channeling
very
reality
interesting.
based.
Don't worry. I'm
Because,
gonna get to it. Desmond Spars, member for 5 months, says WTF, LOL, Godzilla is a monster. Apparently, it's a tranny
Exactly.
monster. So there's
It's
that.
a tranny monster. It's the epitome of current societal fears.
I took off the monetization in this stream just because I already knew talking about this stuff. It was not going to stay long. KRG for 5 says, I thought about just dropping $100 super chat, but I can't bring myself to do it. Sorry, Ryan. There you go.
Well, it's all good.
He doesn't pay any of us. He fucking keeps it all.
Yeah. He's made that very clear. So now I definitely will keep it. Zombie Box
wait a
review
minute.
for
I'm
2.
filing discrimination charges.
Anyone ever asked to be paid?
Yeah.
When black people don't get their money, you make discrimination
Black
charges.
person on here should definitely be getting paid. I know you're
Reparations.
wrong with Disney right
I've
now.
gained like 4
Reparations
subs.
for sure.
I've gained like 4 subs while the stream's been going, so I think it's doing well for
The
me.
reparation
There you go,
reclamation. Yes, Atreus. Go
Zombie
for it.
Box reviews for 2 says Godzilla took out Ryan's desk. You give money for a desk.
Oh, yes, please provide for Ryan's funds because he desperately needs an actual wall that's not made out of cardboard.
No, I'll just say, my cardboard desk has lasted over 2 years throughout my entire second run as a content creator. It's far more consistent than
This is your
Atreus'
second
love
run?
life, and it's far more consistent than Will's appearances on this show. I had a first run; it was a complete failure, but the second run has been a complete. There we go.
That's fine.
It's still cardboard. It won't change that.
I'm not going to violence today.
Well, that's fine. I don't mind. I mean,
saying,
if-
hey, give Ryan money, but they won't go to his actual streams and give him money there. They just rely on us on this stream.
Let me get through it.
That's fine, that's
111
fine,
gifted
that's
1
fine.
hypnotic membership. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you, Panthera. Kilty Cajun for 30 says, please, for the love of all, do not play that song. I guess I failed there. Leona's opinion is irrelevant until she watches Arcane and Edge Runners. There you
Yes.
go.
Again,
I played the song. I'm
dishonor
sorry, but I'll
on
give
you
a
and
cheer,
your
my friend.
family.
I'll give you a cheer, my friend. I'm sorry about that. Emilio
No,
Martinez,
one more full trans colors
$4.99. Oh, nice. Good stuff. It looks like the trans flag in the back.
Yeah, thank
there
you.
was 2 Godzillas in '98 movie. One was female, one wasn't male to make these babies. Is that true?
There was a
even
Godzilla.
remember.
So there was a Godzilla movie in '98, and there was another Japanese one in '99 called Godzilla 2000. I don't think there wasn't 2 in '98, unless it was like a direct to VHS or something that I'm not familiar with.
Gotcha. I'm not sure. KRG for 50 says, play the effing song Hypno and then a whole bunch of metal emojis. Well, I did. I
Yeah, we
did.
did.
And thank you for the 50, man. That is insane. You did not have to do that. But I appreciate you regardless, my friend. Another OG of the channel, KRG. Speaking of OG, we also got General Vague for 20 says, Merry Christmas season, Hypno and Panel. Nexus has now stated that all of their mods must reflect their values as a company, and I'm wondering why the killable children mods are still a thing. I'm half shit posting. Yeah, it makes you wonder.
Makes money.
There's no
Literally, and-
consistency in ideology like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's kind of
Make
like,
more
for
money.
example, Bob Iger pulling his ads from X, right, over anti-Semitism or whatever, and then literally leaving it up on Facebook when there is nonstop, P-word stuff, going down over there. It's inconsistency when you take ideological stances. Usually there is a hole or two that can be
very
that can be made
personal
fun of.
interpretation. True.
Yeah.
Lately, anything with regard connected to the metaverse has a lot of P-word content in it. I
A lot.
don't know if
Instagram,
maybe there's
all of
not a
it's tied
connection.
together. It's more so.
How
I
do
think
you know
Instagram
that,
than
Dragon
anything.
Slayer?
Because
Called
there's been
articles. If
enough
you have the
allegations.
internet, Ryan, you'd be able to
Yeah,
look
I
it
have
up.
Yeah, if you have
Instead of
internet.
5G on your phone, which is limited.
Yeah. Another
Anyway,
fucking
General Vague.
VTuber defending another VTuber when it comes to sensitive content. I know
First
what
off,
you
a
fuckers
Take
do.
offense to
VTuber
that.
animates their
I think
avatar.
VTuber
We
is
have
more of like
static
dancing anime
avatars.
girls or lofty pixels. Like I'm not a VTuber. I'm more of a stationary tuber. If you want to call it that.
Exactly.
We also got Zombie Box reviews, man, for another 5. Says the Trace's shirt is so bright you don't need to ask him to smile to see him. Damn,
It's about as bright as his personality.
Wow.
it's
Oh,
very
man.
bright, very
Yeah.
bright.
It's very
Panther
good.
111 for 5 gifted Hypnotic memberships, dude. Thank you so much. And KRG just for fun throwing in an extra 1 Hypnotic membership, man. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you everybody who took the extra step and decided to super chat or gift a membership, man. That's awesome. I appreciate you guys. And let's get to it. Let's get to the second
I
topic.
got a super chat drawing for the people.
Oh yeah. Let's go.
that's right.
Let's do it. What the fuck?
Wonderful.
Is that an angel visiting? What cathedral? Is that a cathedral or is that the?
Oh, how do you
That looks
add
like
that?
That's
London.
God destroying Wakanda. That's God
like-
destroying Wakanda.
Yes, Wakanda has Western European architecture. All the
I was
Seriously.
just about to say, like, what?
yeah. No futuristic
here's
buildings.
my
Fucking
artwork,
big
the
man.
greatest artwork of all.
Oh no.
It's white. Yay!
Of course it is.
Bro, he got you there. I can't lie.
Yellow Flash 2 in the chat. What's up, man? What's going on, Yellow Flash? How you
Hello,
doing, brother?
Flash.
Appreciate you stopping by before you
Hello,
stream.
Yellow Man.
Thank
Oh,
you very
Lord.
much. But
He's not Asian, Ryan.
let's get to Yellow Flash's
okay.
favorite topic. Let's talk about Rachel Zegler, man. Let's talk about
Ah!
the lady.
Hey, listen. Hey, Yellow Flash drop at least 3 videos on Rachel Zegler a day.
This is fucking. I already dropped the video about this as well, actually. So yeah.
Oh,
You
Lord.
brought one, Hypno.
Bro.
I decided I was
all
going to
dropped
drop on
two.
this, and I was like, you
Anytime.
know what? I was
Yeah.
that was my whole thought. I was like, everyone else is dropping one. I'm gonna do it something different. I'm gonna talk about the boy in the heron since everyone's talking Rachel Zegler. Guess what? My boy in the heron video is fucking flatlined, and I see all these Rachel Zegler videos.
To be fair, my Rachel Zegler video flatlined as well because I dropped it around about the time that every single person was talking about Doctor Who. So at least I had 2 videos that were boosted.
Dude, right now, Doctor Who and Rachel Zegler and Halle Bailey, like those 3 right there are just, it's all together, bro.
And
If
Doctor
Rachel
Who
Zegler
fans.
spoke, I actually, that's funny. Yellow Flash just said it. I was just gonna say this. If Rachel Zegler did an interview every day, I would be at Movie Cynic subs by now. Like seriously, I'd be fucking up there. But unfortunately, I don't make great videos like he does.
It would be the Target phenomenon all over again.
Hey, I be trying to dick. I be trying not to dick ride some of these topics sometimes, man. But I ain't gonna hold you. When I'm sweating at my views right now. I'm about to start grifting like a motherfucker.
The month I do well. Now, this is great point, ladies and gentlemen. The month I do well in terms of support is the month Atreus is doing badly. What does that tell you? It's going to be a white win for us.
No, ma'am.
Will and his memes, man. This is what I missed.
I had a
Will
couple of
memes.
minutes. Had a
Very
couple of
nice.
minutes.
Very nice, man.
Oh,
So
Lord.
apparently, again, Rachel Zegler has done another one, right? And it's not just her; it's Halle Bailey too. Actually, it came from
It's
the
a double-
same. It came from the same interview. They were interviewing each other. Okay, that's
Yeah.
how like
This new
narcissists we're
trend
talking about.
blows the
It's
fuck out of me.
incredible, actually. If you actually
Woman
think about
King
it.
all over again,
Why?
like with freaking
You guys
Viola
also
Davis and
interview
Jennifer
because
Lawrence.
You don't want nobody else asking some.
This is the trend. If like in the first era where we've ever had this much access to Hollywood celebrities and been able to realize just how unbelievably bubble-headed they actually are, they decide, hey, here's a good idea. Let's have them fucking view each
It
other.
hurts the
Are you kidding me?
franchise.
It
I
is,
do
and
think it was purposeful.
in
I
the
think
clip that
it's-
everyone's played, you just see Halle Bailey, and all she's doing is going, yes, yes, yes.
I do think it was purposeful for
It's
sure. I think
fucking sickening.
they put those 2 together because you got to realize like these 2 were the most probably roasted women in the last 6 months I could think of. You know,
someone
and so
is definitely.
they put them together. The moment the strike was over and they were able to do this, they put these 2 together specifically because they knew that number one, it was going to draw the most views, I would imagine, right? From you want to call it
Probably.
haters, people, YouTubers, whatever. It was going to draw the most views. And also
fan
too, like I mean, it's content gold, bro. This is like these 2, you could pick apart their interview. I don't know how long it was. I think it was like a half an hour. You could pick apart the interview and make like 5 videos on it. You know,
A Daily
I
Wire.
don't-
Free
it goes on
content
for
idea with the
40
Daily
minutes.
Wire. Take Brett Cooper and Candace Owens and just redo the video. Don't like hey, just have them use the exact.
Oh,
same
yes!
Straight up parody. Straight up parody. Yeah.
Genius.
With
Like-
the exact same video.
Back in the
I
day,
I don't get the strategy here because the color purple's coming out, and they're probably saying, "Oh shit, why did we do this? Because it just looks like I don't understand. I don't understand what they're doing here. Like it just looks awful. Like,
well, the
you're
entire
taking the two
interview, they're
people-
both. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just gonna say, like they're promoting Color Purple now, and you could tell it's gonna flop right off the hop because they're doing a remake of a movie that was so well done the first time.
So
Like, it's gonna be hard to even come close to that.
Masterpiece. I mean, it's one of
Yeah, like yeah,
Fuck the
exactly.
Color Purple.
And now you're taking one of the actresses that is interviewing another actress that's sunk so bad that no one wants to work with her to do an interview. I don't understand the strategies here to promote this movie or these actors.
Please relax, Trace. We get it. Okay?
Trace, I'm just gonna leave it up for a couple seconds.
All right. You good now?
All right, we're good. We're good. All right, good.
All right,
Sorry.
there you go. There's your dose of Latino. Okay, chill. All right, just focus on the topics here.
Because
We are talking about
what
complete
Brando-
bitches, not the kind of bitches you want.
But the funny thing is that these two are trying in this entire interview. They're trying to pretend as if their backlash that they experienced and all that nonsense. It didn't phase them. It made them better. It made them so much better as humans. You know, it showed them how to be the better person. That's basically how they're trying to spin this whole thing.
They wouldn't have done this interview. They would have learned that was a bad idea.
Yeah,
Just throwing that out there.
They would have shut up and just
learn. Minorities learn. No. That's
Cynic,
why
I
we
apologize
are
for Ryan's
learning. They
racist
don't
self.
fucking learn. That's why we're still alive. Words. They don't
Oh my
fucking
God.
learn, and hopefully they never do fucking learn.
Man,
you go.
like this is the
War
most
rages on.
misogynistic, racist comment I've ever heard. But it's probably will bring more women to this show. I don't know why.
Oh,
That's probably true.
Not I don't.
That's a
Perfect
face
stone
that
stop picture
even
right there.
Dermy Wormy
Oh.
wouldn't fuck.
Look at that manly chin. Manly chin. This is
The
the
manly
interview
chin.
here. Actually, I'm gonna pull this up. Let me just. You guys can continue the conversation while I'm pulling this up real quick because I want to see.
I'm just
It's
gonna
called
say
actor
this.
on
Subscribe to
actor.
Atreus. Subscribe to Atreus. There, I'm not racist.
Not racist at all.
Just
now tell people to subscribe
quick
to me so
disclaimer:
you're
I am not a
transphobic.
racist. Subscribe to the black
I'm not-
man.
I'm not
Roast
a
is live
racist. I'm
host.
just using a guy's skin color as a prop for my stupid joke.
Yep. Subscribe to Words
Yes.
of Paradise. He's getting close to 2,000 subscribers.
Yeah,
Subscribe
subscribe
to
to
Coach
him.
MC Studio because he's criminally underrated. Subscribe to Atreus or you're a racist. Subscribe to Dragon Slayer and you're a moron because he hasn't released a video in 89 days.
Oh my god.
And subscribe to
I
everyone
am-
else on this panel.
I
Persian
am,
Man.
I am
Will,
flattered that you even
no.
kept up with the exact number of days. So you just
Oh, we're,
keep it
we're
rolling.
definitely when
He's-
Snow
we
White comes
established
out, we're
this.
gonna have a great time. But
We
for sure.
established
yeah.
he has files
Hey,
on all of us.
What's the response? What's the general response to this? By the way, I've seen the video, but what's the general response?
slightly more positive than negative. So 20,000
Really?
500 likes to 12,500 dislikes.
So people are drinking the Kool-Aid.
Yeah, I would say
it's
I
so.
don't know if people are
really-
drinking the Kool-Aid so much so as at this point it's so late into the backlash that people have just sort of stopped caring. There's other things going on. Like this is right after the Game Awards. Doctor Who is on fire. The Godzilla movie just came out. I think a lot of people just don't even know this exists right now because
Well,
there's no
And yet
other
somehow
mystique
it's
around
got
it.
20,000 likes. It just
Halle
tells me
Bailey.
that there are still 20,000 minds plugged into the Matrix I haven't saved yet.
The thing
Here's
is,
my
Halle,
thought.
Halle Bailey has no relevancy right now whatsoever. Like Little
No.
Mermaid came and went, and nobody talks about the movie. Nobody talks about her. And Rachel Zegler, she just had the Hunger Games movie come out. Nobody's talking about it in any real positive light, and nobody's going to talk about her for the next. When is it coming out? Snow White 2025. So next year and then change. Like nobody's
Is
going to
it-
talk about her until then.
Is it
She's trying
25
to.
now?
I guarantee you, what's going to happen. I think it's 2025, right? It's not 24.
They're gonna
it's 25.
back girl. They're gonna back
Yeah,
girl
yeah,
that
they
movie.
pushed it back to 2025. Yeah, March of
Yeah,
2025.
so
fucking
yeah,
way.
March of 2025. So you're a year and change out, and nobody's going to
Wow.
talk about her until then. So I think what's going to happen is that they're going to do stuff like this, where Rachel Zegler is going to do an interview maybe once a month or once every other month, just to try to keep her name relevant
For
until the
sure.
movie comes
And
out.
they're gonna
It's not
throw
do
everything
years.
at her. Sometimes
You think a
it's
girl like this
Right.
is going to
racism.
want to disappear from the headlines? Absolutely not. She's
For
not.
her, it doesn't matter. She doesn't love the craft of movie making. She doesn't. I mean, just listen to what she said about. Oh, I had to wear the dress for 14 hours straight, right?
Well, I should be paid for every
She was
second that you
complaining,
watch it.
and all the pictures where she was pictured with this dress. She obviously hated to be on set all this time and interpreting this character. So for her, it doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is being in tabloids, making money, see herself up there on the billboard. That's all that matters, and just getting pictures.
Look, I'm gonna give her a little bit more credit than that, because before she was in movies, she was doing Broadway and theater stuff. And like people who do Broadway and theater stuff, they're not looking like they're not movie stars. They know they're not gonna get famous or anything like that. So she, at least at one point, did have a true love for this sort of thing. I don't know.
Ideal, yes. No, but I mean, it's also good to start
see
on
her.
Broadway.
She was wearing a Snow White dress when she was like a little girl or something. That picture came out right away.
She used it as a stepping ladder. I think she's going to do the exact opposite. I think she's going to be going out there doing as much as she can, because it's a political election year coming up. So you're going to see tons of people coming out of the woodworks, like saying crazy shit on Twitter. Ziegler, Barry, all these idiots are going to come out in full force, just thinking they're going to be promoting Joe Biden and the Democrats and the extreme lefts proudly, and it's just going to come out. Yeah, it's just going to come out very awful.
What if someone else is president in 2025?
You know, I need to make a point. Like Rachel Zegler, I had no idea, but she's apparently half Colombian, half Polish. So
yeah, I can tell.
No, she's half retarded.
I know, but
she's a globalist, completely retarded.
I don't acknowledge the Latino part except the Colombian part. I don't know why. It looks like she's just, I don't know. She's acting like typical type. Never mind.
Usually, celebrities that are half, Spanish or black and half something else that's usually white or whatever. They only focus on the side that's going to give them the ideology points. Nobody for her, she's 100%. She's 100% Hispanic.
I mean, the way I said, it's like I said on my video. It's like she's young, she's pretty, she's hot, she has potential. Yeah, I know.
Retarded. You gotta understand. Will's in the Philippines. He's
just wait. I'm just saying here, on paper at least, right?
He likes his brown.
The point is that if she never ever spoke again. People, you know what I mean? It's
the ideal if she never spoke again.
Darling, you're beautiful when you don't talk. That's basically it.
She's one of those girls that has to have all the lights off before anything can happen. That's what she.
Oh yeah, she seems neurotic as fuck.
The Persian man speaks through tongue.
I don't know. I was waiting for Atreus to
say something. Come on.
If she'd never said a damn word, she would be considered a sex symbol.
Atreus, tell them how much you would smash. Come on. Fuck.
I would say no.
I ain't trying to be. I ain't. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be thirsty or nothing like that. But we ain't gonna pretend like she ain't cute.
Yeah, she is.
There's a difference between cute and like hot and sexy. She is not hot and sexy. She's a cute girl.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe I've just been in the Philippines too long.
Hold on. No, wait a minute. Now,
what the hell are we doing now?
I can't wait for the Berlin Wall to hit this bitch. I cannot wait for the Berlin.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I cannot stand her. But what I'm trying to say is, on paper, she had a potentially very good, very successful Hollywood career in front of her, based on the fact that she's talented and she is, aesthetically pleasing to whoever the fuck. But the point is, we'd all shag her, admit it. Exactly.
Yeah.
The point, if only to get her shut up for a couple of minutes.
Jay, you're fucking.
See, the people have spoken. I fucking told you. Let's just call a spade.
Everybody agrees with Atreus.
She's basically pretty, and if she never opened her fucking mouth, people would really like her a lot, probably. But the fact is that every time she opens her mouth, she just plunges herself into a fucking cesspit of identity politics and bullshit, and it drives everybody insane. It's just somebody should just tell her never speak.
People like that, as shown by this like ratio of more likes than dislikes. Like I'm not obviously we don't like it. We see through it. We can. Tell
I can't stand her.
But there are people that do like it when celebrities talk like this, and that's the idea is that we have to find a way to change that. Be like, hey, why do you care what these multimillionaires think when they know absolutely nothing about the politics?
Exactly. And
everybody
that's the thing, because the reality is
I want to play the video. So
she's a spoiled brat.
She's just that's all she is. Like she could have had it real easy if she had just gotten up out of bed, done her job, just said like a few extra pieces that are
Like a
necessary for PR. No crazy activism.
Yeah.
Just do your fucking job. Don't say
But
much. Like
they-
Gal Gadot, you know, the sneaky woman. Okay,
They kept
follow
putting
her
her
fucking
on
playbook.
camera. They kept putting her on camera with no script. Like they gave her the rope and she hung herself with it. You know.
Yeah, exactly. Like that. Everything that's happened right now with her, it's all her fault. There's nobody to blame but herself. That's it.
She's a bubble-headed idiot.
Well, if she would be an over-the-top type of actress that had like delivered incredible performances, probably it would have been different. But I mean, she. The thing is, Disney is using her how they are putting her in this position now. Oh yeah, now you're a mature woman. You suffered the backlash. You know what it's like.
She's
fought
20.
for the good. Yeah, but this is how they portray them. First, they throw them into the shark pool of any agenda-driven movie where they know exactly it's going to be fan backlash hitting them. Then they portray them as the victim here, the martyr, like, oh my God, right? And then after that, they interview them and they position them for more mature roles because now they went through the tough game and now they are real women. And so they can interpret like strong characters and all that stuff. It's incredible. They're creating the problem. They're reacting to it. And then they're offering a solution in this ecosystem that works just for them. For them, it's important to control the narrative. These movies, it doesn't matter to them anymore if they have really, really successful. It's for them to establish the status quo and keep the machinery running. Money is flowing in, ads are coming in, commercials are going to be, and the Democratic Party is going to, of course, provide them always with the right, flow of liquidity. So they're not really worried. That's what is worrying me, because they don't want to come back from this road anymore. They don't want to admit, right? And still they are surviving. So why should they?
I disagree. I think at this day and age, I think you got to realize you need a handler, and you need someone to help you with these promotions. You look at the same age, basically, Iman Vellani, and she takes it and does it gracefully. When asked about the Marvels, she sits there and goes, "I'm just an actress. I'm just doing my job. Go talk to Kevin Feige." That's the perfect response.
Right.
You get Ziegler. As soon as she opens her mouth the first time, they should have had a handler on her. She should have realized, I need a handler. Someone should have realized, we need a handler. We need someone to help her with promotional.
Don't you think she was like induced to say that, and she was pushed to kind of say
I think she's entitled. I think she feels entitled because of the environment, because she's got the diversity, she's put into these roles, and she thinks she can just spout her mouth. That's what I think.
Because usually when you get
I will go to the same thing that I say all the time. The problem I have with your theory, Coach, is that your theory suggests that they are all on the same page at the top. That is not the matter of fact. Just off her coming out of her mouth and that one video and saying, if I have to stand in a dress however long, I should get paid for how. There's no way they're all on the same. That she's just like Jay said, she's very entitled. And when she got that role as Snow White, she knew she made it. And she thought that she could say whatever it is that she wanted to say. And I'm glad that you pointed out that Iman Vellani she literally speaks as if she's one of the fans, which honestly, I want her to stop doing on that side as well. Because when you have people who understand how to move the same way, I don't really want you talking in favor of any direction. I really just want you to do your job.
I mean,
she was in West Side Story as well, right? So she just sort of appeared the remake.
It totally unbearable. No, on an individual level, of course you have freedom. They are not going to micromanage everything that you're saying, even though from record industry labels, and I've heard crazy stuff, how they sometimes even dictate to the point what bands have to say in public as soon as they step out of their homes, wherever they have to go and wherever they have to get. So there is a huge micromanagement on these stars because they want to make sure that they want to get the most out of it. And believe me, Disney is like a monolith. It's a superstructure. Nothing happens as pure coincidence or because somebody has a free will, especially not if you are a young gun and you're just starting off in this company. You don't have anything to say. They give you a contract and they give you an A&R, they give you like a personal manager.
I
they
get
give
what you're saying, Coach, but that doesn't. I don't think that holds up to scrutiny when you actually do have different people saying different things. Hollywood itself is so divided right now on, let's say, Israel versus Palestine.
You
You have
definitely.
this young woman. You've got this woman that's 22 years old, which is very young. She has been raised.
Like I said, on an individual level, somebody.
Hold on. And she's been watching movies and she's been watching the Hollywood scene since, let's say, 2016. That's almost 10 years of her growing up thinking this stuff is normal. I don't think she's being coached to what to say. I think she's seen all of this stuff going on in the last decade, and she thinks this is normal, and that's why she's doing it or saying it.
Absolutely,
but
this is what happens when
if
you get
you, as a
culture that
company, you
prioritizes-
create a superstructure where everything is kind of streamlined to serve a certain agenda. Of course, you don't have to explicitly tell them, "Hey, this is what we're following," because it's fucking obvious. It's like going into a football club. You know exactly what you need to do.
She's been told. She's been told constantly.
Of course.
But you're young. You're what's happening. You're diverse. And all of that shit. And this is what happens when you start to reverse engineer our culture to not respect elders anymore, but instead worship the young, the stupid, the inexperienced, the unwise.
I'd like to get the movie Cynic's perspective while he's here.
Well,
is that okay?
I think that I wrote a video a few weeks ago, and it kind of discussed like how some stars have destroyed their careers just based on what they're saying. But I find it funny how studios kind of pick and choose and show their true colors about like their political stances, and that's what matters. So like the example I gave would be Rachel Zegler and how they're like, yes, they're postponing the movies or whatever, but they're not like firing her or anything. She's still out there. She's doing this interview with Variety or whatever. But then you have like Melissa Barrera, and whether you agree or disagree with whatever she says or whatever her stance is, like she was fired from the Scream franchise, and that effectively is going to nuke that entire franchise. And that was worth it to them to nuke the whole fucking franchise based on what someone was saying that they didn't like. It wasn't towing whatever line that the studio feels, like whatever political agenda that they feel is probably going to make them the most money, which, as we know, in the past like 5 or 6 years has been the more woke crap. And I just find it hilarious that like they blatantly show that they care about politics based on who they allow and don't allow in their movies. And I that's always that's always been the case. I think it's shown that like a few times. Hollywood always goes this way, but the Zegler thing really bothers me when Melissa Barrera was fired. I don't know if anyone else agrees with me on that.
No, just Cynic. Yeah, I made a video saying the exact same thing because we had people that I saw people cheering for the fact that she was fired from that show. I was like, look, or that movie. I was like, look, you don't have to agree with her. I disagree with what she said, but the fact of the matter is, if you were cheering for this, then you should technically have also been. These are the same people that, oh, how dare they fire Gina Carano because of what she said? Well, hold on. If you were taking Gina Carano's side, which in my opinion was the morally right side to take, then to be consistent, you should be taking Barrera's side because it's about getting rid of people for their speech and how that should not be acceptable.
Yeah, and what's funny too is I honestly do not think, like, we can never prove this, but I honestly don't think that would have affected the box office at all if she just ran her mouth and said whatever she wanted, because the crowd who goes to see those movies do not give a fuck about that sort of thing. So they just like nuke that franchise for absolutely no reason, really.
Oh, there's always a reason when you talk about things like that, ladies and gentlemen.
I suppose.
And I'll leave it at that for all.
Well, the next movie was going to be a guaranteed like $150 million movie again, just because it's like the last one. I didn't like the ending. I am really shocked that no one's actually brought up anything about Scream 7 this year. Sorry to go off on a tangent, but it's kind of connected to this. So like Scream 7, the ending of that movie, I actually really didn't like because of the fact that I called who the killer was based on the color of the characters. And so it ruined the entire surprise of the movie because I was like, oh, there's one white guy? Well, he's the killer. That just happened like earlier, maybe 4 or 5 months earlier with like the Hellraiser movie, the remake. I actually thought it was really cool. Like I liked the movie, but I called who the, what the twist was. Again, just based on, I was like, who's the one white guy? Well, he's the bad guy. All right.
Yeah. That's a great way of looking at things. Just focus on the race. and you will find the perpetrator or the victim. Atreus is the poor victim who burns down cities. I am the cruel oppressor who maintains peace and prosperity. That's usually how films go in this day and age, isn't that
Hey
right?
guys, I'll be back. I got something going on. I'll be back.
You've got
no
a city to burn, haven't you, Atreus?
I was gonna say a city of steel, but I mean, whatever.
Yeah,
I guess
one of
burning
those.
is more exciting than stealing at this point.
For sure.
Oh man.
Let me play this clip just because I'm curious. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna play the whole thing. Obviously, it's 40 fucking minutes of actors just jerking each other off. Well, in this case,
Oh,
scissoring.
God.
But let's see what they got to say real quick.
Scissoring. They're scissoring.
In my Snow White.
Didn't know that.
No, stop, because you'll make me cry. No, don't start.
Oh
I already
my
had it. I already had
God.
it.
Fuck off.
I
Are
already
you
had
gonna?
enough.
Are you
Piss
trying to
off.
make me die of cringe, Hypno? For
I
fuck's sake,
already
man.
had enough. Oh, God. Why do
It's
women
only
do
been
this? Like,
8 seconds.
why
You're
do
gonna
they
make
do
me
this in
cry.
interviews, man? They always do this. Women always do this whole, oh, you're gonna make me cry. Oh, I'm
Repeal
gonna
the
cry.
19th.
Yeah,
Repeal
I-
the 19th.
Ladies
Repeal the
in
19th.
chat,
That's
please
how I
tell
feel,
me.
literally.
Okay, thank goodness there are women in chat who have
God,
reason.
man,
'cause
this is
I don't
just-
think this is how women act on a daily basis.
Oh,
Not
I
all
guarantee
of them.
you,
Not
all the
of
women
them.
are seeing this. They're seeing this, and they're calling them out. They know exactly what they're
Yeah.
doing. Like, it's like, women know. They know that this is
They
fake
know.
as fuck.
We know
course.
they're
They know.
bullshitting. If we know, they know. Thank you. Exactly. Thank
That's
you.
exactly what this is. But let's play
I
it.
saw on Twitter you had posted, I think it was the sweetest picture of you in like the Snow White costume.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my god, I'm so annoying.
No,
I'm
no,
sorry.
it's
I'm
like,
the same
oh
way.
my
It's fine.
God. What a beautiful dress, girl.
Like, sorry, Bob.
Sorry, Variety.
sorry.
Christ.
Okay.
Who gives
Oh,
a
wait. The drum beat is not that bad. That's the only good thing so far about this
That's
whole video.
Mamma mia, come
That's
on,
the drum
guys.
part.
Really?
I'm just
To be fair, these
totally-
actor-on-actor interviews, I'll watch them occasionally and enjoy them. Like, there was one really good one that was Adam Sandler and Brad Pitt. And because
Yeah,
the
that
two
wasn't
are
that
like
bad.
such polar opposites, there's a bit of intrigue around, okay, I'd like to see
Yeah.
what literally the Hollywood Adonis has to say about the class clown and vice versa. But here, these people are, they're the exact same fucking woman. So there's no interesting dynamic at all. I don't even get this
Damn.
from like a marketing perspective.
Well, that's what I'm
Unfortunately-
saying. Like, it's two women who are there to literally just scissor themselves the entire time for 40 minutes. That's all it is. Like,
I
you're
mean,
amazing.
40
You're also
fucking
amazing.
minutes.
We're both amazing. Tell each other why we're amazing. Ask questions about why we're both amazing and how
Yeah.
we are just so much better than everyone else. And then we're done. Like,
And
Look
then
at
remember-
Steve's comment. This is like the epitome of what's going to happen after they finish their talk.
And remember
They're-
what
they're-
Brando,
Like where he
sorry,
says like this is how women, well, I should say how narcissistic women treat each other. They, as soon as they're apart, it's just all that bitch, skank, hoe. Like it's
Dude, I thought the same exact thing. These two
Yeah.
probably trash each other
They
when
do.
they're
Oh, they're
off,
catty.
screen.
They're catty.
I guarantee you they were probably talking shit about whose movie was going to do better, you know, who's more important of a character, the Little Mermaid or Snow White or blah blah blah. Like they just guarantee that's what women do, and I'm sure a lot of women in chat will say the same thing.
bro, like you don't even have to go that far. Like in the job that I work at, I barely talk to some certain the narcissistic types, but then like when the other one is away, they immediately start trashing the other. Like they, and I mean like 20 yards away from them, they start trashing. That it's,
To
it's
be
just like a
fair,
fucking-
if Rachel Zegler is criticizing Hallie's top, I can see why. That shit is ugly.
that is ugly. That is the ugliest white top ever. That's
I think
fucking
there's
ironic
an
that it's a white
opportunity
top
here.
though.
And they
I
gave her
think they
fucking
shoulda-
curls like the African
She
queen
looks like
curls.
Brandy.
Motherfucker.
She looks like an exact copy of Brandy. That's
Brandy.
Well, the
it.
thing is,
Yeah,
if
yeah.
you're a
That's
black person in
racist.
Hollywood, you cannot have a hairstyle that is not like
African.
as tribal as possible. Let's just
Yeah,
put it
they-
like
they-
that you
give
have
her
to
a-
have
How dare you say
super
tribal when a
hair.
black woman is on screen? Don't you know that's against the rules now? Watsy said
Not
so.
when
Oh,
she's
I'm
wearing a
sorry,
white top,
Leon. Let's do
though.
some clicks here.
Yes, we're
Oh.
speaking her language.
That was
That
my
was
first
my
one.
first
Me
one.
too.
Yeah,
That was
I
my
was-
first red carpet ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, you
Oh,
killed
Oh
it.
my God, girl, you're
Uh-huh.
so
You
stunning
killed
and
it.
amazing.
So nice. I was happy.
Yeah.
Me and Chloe went together.
I'm gonna let it
which
play
was
for a little
nice.
bit.
Yeah.
Oh, this is
There's
the
no
Met
plus
Gala
ones at
where
the
they
Try
Met.
not
I
to
don't
fuck
think a lot
over
of
it.
people know that you
Yeah.
can't just bring somebody.
That's what I know. It gives me severe anxiety because I'm like, how am I supposed to
Oh,
talk to
my
anyone?
severe
Like, I have to go
anxiety.
up
I'm
to
a
people
fucking
and say,
zoomer.
Yeah. And then I saw you. I
Oh
think you were
my
on
God!
leave.
Please,
Please
Stop.
stop this!
It
Stop!
makes my brain burst.
Stop! This is worse than watching the Doctor regenerate into two
We're
people.
looking into two morons who are like.
Calm down now, boys. Calm
Some of the
down.
panel
One at a time.
can't handle two wommans.
Seriously, I want to poll.
No, we can't handle two complete bitches.
Who-
That's what.
Who's more annoying, Rachel Zegler or fucking Halle Bailey in this video?
Oh, Zegler, without a doubt.
Zegler.
I don't know. I don't know.
Halle Berry because
They're
she's black.
both Berry.
Bailey, Halle
They're
Berry.
both-
Bailey.
She can't spell her own name, so why should I?
Someone says this stream is annoying.
That's so you know we're
Thank
doing
you.
a good job.
We love it when you say that. We know we're doing it right.
Beautiful. Thank you
All
so
right,
much.
An African pastor said it best.
All right, hold on,
"The
hold on,
black
hold on,
men built nothing.
Quiet for 1 minute straight. Let's just play 1 minute. Let's actually
That's
listen to
asking
what
too
they're
much.
saying. 1 minute straight. Come
I'm
on.
gonna
come on.
mute myself.
Okay,
Wait till
I
it gets to
can't.
2 minutes and 24 seconds. Okay.
All right, all right.
Because they had just announced me as Snow White. And it was so sweet because your sister was taking the picture and then told me that I looked like the cartoon. And it was really sweet. And I carry it with me. She's the best. But both of you are just like, oh, like just quintessential beautiful souls. And it's been that way ever since I've known you. And every time I see you, it's like, oh, thank goodness, the familiar face. Because we saw each other at D23 too.
Yes.
And you and I both were like, oh,
Yes,
somebody
so
I know.
nervous. Like that's the exact feeling you described it perfectly. Like, oh, thank goodness she's here. Like, I have a friend. This is gonna be good. Like, oh yeah. This is lovely. I remember seeing you. I was like, oh my gosh. I think I saw you from afar in the room that day. And I was like, oh, we have to go up to her. So why? We have to say hi. And then I was so happy we ran into each other and walked out.
Yeah. Because there's no normal way to go up to people.
Right? So like,
Yeah. But I'm glad, and it's been.
Make it stop!
Okay, we made it. We made it. We made it.
It's one of the toughest things I've ever
That comment killed me. What the fuck?
Ladies and gentlemen, if
My
you
hand was
have a
about to
problem
explode.
with us white
Black
men
lives,
and
damn it.
Persian men roasting a bunch of minority women, get the fuck off this show because it's not fucking for you.
Oh,
You
God.
fucking brownies and
Actual-
lesbians.
Did you guys
actual
hear how
men.
she said friends? She said friends, and I'm like, no. She said, yeah.
I think I was
Oh my
about
God,
to
just like those
explode.
friends, and I'm like, no.
This is
It
fucking
was
Ryan,
like
women.
block
these
word
two girls are
orange
still
Watch it,
more
Ryan.
interesting to listen to
Why'd you do
speak
that?
than Nikki Haley. I'm gonna be real. Like, if you told me this, you told me this or a Nikki Haley speech, I'd be like, okay, I'll watch Rachel Zegler all day long. Like, straight up.
Nikki Haley.
I'd
That's like
rather
asking-
watch the Rhino bitch, in all honesty. I'd
Rhino
rather
bitch?
President fucking Cheney tranny than fucking those two. Quite
Ryan,
simple.
man, you just had to go piss off that viewer.
Look,
God
I'd
damn.
rather get
Yes,
jailed
I
up in
did.
an
I
Iron
did.
Maiden than to listen to those two talk. Okay.
Well, so
Those
the thing
two
is,
are-
I get this complaint a
torture.
lot. Where's this comment right here? I get this complaint a lot that we talk too much over each other and blah blah blah. But you guys gotta understand, like the streams, even though I know they're not gonna understand that it's trolling, but the streams that you guys are used to watching, there tends to be 8 people on screen, right? 2 of which are producers and never talk. So that goes down to 6 people on screen. And then 2 of the 6 are just there just to be there contractually. So it really goes down to 4 people on screen who are actively talking at once. Like I actually have 8 to 9 people who are trying to partake in a conversation. So every once in a while, yeah, there is a little bit of over talking and whatnot. But if you think that Ryan Cannell is the basis of racism of which the internet has to abide by, we have long surpassed him over the last 68, soon to be 69 beautiful, delicious episodes of Saturday Night Hypnosis. So if that offends you, then I can't say I apologize, but I will say you probably will keep watching. And if you don't, then it's okay. Just like or dislike, it's fine. And that's basically it. That's all I have to say about that.
You know,
So, what we need? We need 2 producers who don't say shit. How about that?
We'll build a 2-story building. Prove me wrong. I will apologize on the show next week. If any African person can build a 2-story building, I will apologize. I will.
Whoa. There you go. Okay.
There's a lot of engineers who are black, man, unfortunately. But
No, an actual African, not Americans. A person from Africa builds a 2-story building. I don't even care if it's made out of mud. If they can
South
do
Africa
it, I will
has
apologize.
bustling cities.
In Africa?
They do.
Like,
Ry-
there's African nations that have African architecture.
Ryan
I guess.
Ryan is
Rwanda
one of
is a
those people
crazy-
that swears that you ever seen those TikToks where they were like this woman from Africa, she was doing a response to a comment, and I think I showed
right,
this
that was-
ages ago. Remember that?
Oh
Remember
yeah,
that
the
video
fucking
where she was
magic
like,
for the
do we
electricity.
have electricity in Africa? Well, let me see. Behind me is a pole where we have the lines going to our houses.
Yes.
It carries electricity. I know, shocking. And it was just great. It was the greatest video.
That girl took it further. She's like, I woke up one morning and I don't know how they got there. Maybe the fairy brought like she trolled the person because she knows the people who ask these questions.
Yeah. When we need water,
Apparently,
we kill chicken and offer it up to great
It was
witch
a
in
great
mountain.
video. I was like, damn, she just roasted that comment. It was great. It was fantastic.
Apparently, there is
Hypno.
there
The
is
fuck is this,
a
Franklin?
This
I
is
Googled
how
it.
I felt when you made me watch that shit for a single minute.
No. Wait.
That looks like Will.
Wait.
And he was freaking out.
See, but it wasn't that bad. Like I won't lie. I feel like almost all you guys are overreacting. Okay, so two dumb actresses
Oh
they
my
put out a
God.
dumb interview. Like I
No,
don't
they're
understand the.
Oh,
It's sucking
jerking
out
each other
our
off.
intelligence. It's like
it's,
a
it's
vacuum.
the cringe. It's the
Leon
cringe.
is
jerking each other off.
Fully
This is no different
transition.
than anything. But look. The show's been going over 60 episodes. This is no different than anything else we've covered. But this is like the biggest freak out I've seen.
It's the fact that they embrace it. Like it's the embrace of their cringe.
pinnacle.
Like they think they are actual hot
Humans.
shit. And
Right.
then, but yeah, everyone around them, even the cameraman,
Like
probably
everybody's
knows they're
laughing.
cringe.
I bet
Leon,
you.
Like,
Leon.
yeah, for sure. The
Where-
cameraman standing there like these.
You know
fucking
what it
little
is?
black
First
guys.
Probably a
Can't
camera
talk
woman
about
for
anything
one,
in the
but
whole
Yeah, it'll be a camera woman number one. You know what it is? It's
That's
so when I
true.
watched that
Humans
video, I
cameras.
imagine it's like two popular high school girls, right? Talking about how popular
Yes.
they are. That's
Yes.
basically how
Yeah.
that's the best reference that I can put,
Oh, that
which
sounds
is why
exactly
it's
right.
so ultra cringe. You know, am I saying it's gonna make me die in the next 5 seconds? No. But I'm just saying, like, it's we listened for a minute, Leon. Come on, the liberal side of you has to be happy with that. We
To
gave
be fair,
it.
I mean,
it was a
I
single
was.
minute.
We are on
What
a
I'm getting
show.
at is,
We
like,
are trying.
the point
We are
I'm trying
trying to
make is
entertain.
There's so much shit going down in terms of like legitimate like wokeness and Hollywood and like actual like news. This is more like, all right, let's roast this for a little bit and move on. Like in my opinion, the initial like that tweet story that we covered about that dumbass who was claiming that Godzilla was trans, that's way more concerning to me than these two Hollywood morons
Yeah,
scissoring
but it
each other.
was
Like,
just
because
one
Yeah,
vote.
you're
Here,
right.
what
but,
That's the
Hollywood
hill you're going to stand on.
do.
That's the hill you're going to stand on, Leon.
Yeah,
Trans-
Tranzilla. There is-
When I say
I
that's
mean, the
important,
thing
what I
is,
mean
like-
is like
Yes,
these
yes,
two women
yes,
are doing
yes,
exactly
yes,
what we
yes.
expect them to do. These two
There's-
women are sitting there being Hollywood circle jerks, whereas you've got regular ass normies who are dying on this hill that Godzilla's trans. Like the fact that there's regular people that have such an insane ideology, to me, that's far more concerning than two bitches going slay queen. Like I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
You
it
gotta
is
remember, man,
annoying.
it's not about
fucking
concern.
annoying. It is.
It's not
fucking
about
annoying.
everything.
Well,
Not
it is for
everything
me.
has to be.
Man, nerd culture is being ruined. It's absolutely about concern
Right.
for me.
It
I
is,
mean,
but like every once in
obviously-
a while, you gotta have fun and just like kind of roast the
Yeah,
people who are
that's-
involved
exactly, yeah, I mean,
in
like,
the
at-
overall picture. These may not be the generals, but they damn sure are soldiers in the whole aspect of it, right? So you got to kill the soldiers first, and that's what we're doing.
At
Okay.
the end, basically.
Look, I
we are
them with
all-
the
My
media,
analogies are on
okay?
point tonight. I don't give a fuck, bro. I'm gonna cheer myself.
Look, if we could call our jokes weapons, my meme clip was a fucking Gatling gun everybody used. Okay.
Exactly.
I
mean,
think that I
at
think
the end of the day,
message here.
we're on the show to entertain people as well. So the
Yeah.
over-the-top reactions to these two bubble-headed idiots talking was mostly just for comic effect.
I just want
So,
to detach
in
myself from
reality,
this comment. It
we're
was
actually
not
all-
an over-the-top reaction. This is my
No,
genuine
Coach was
reaction.
dying over
my
there. Like,
brain was sucked
I was
out by
concerned
the
for his
amount
life.
of stupidity, and I was concerned about my heart.
I thought for a moment
but,
Coach was gonna get up and kill his cat. Like that's how concerned I was. He was,
But look at
he
the
was
problem with that-
converting.
The problem with that interview, Leon, is that this further shows that for the youth and everyone that's going to follow and watch these two morons, that entitlement is perfect.
The goal.
We
It's
we
the
can
fucking
continue
goal.
doing this. We can continue saying the things we say, acting the way we do, with no
True.
repercussions, no consequences. because they're getting away with it, and that's what it's feeding. That's what's wrong with the culture right now.
And we can
That these
pretend we
people
have a conversation when it's not a conversation, when it's just when it's really scary. I mean, to me, this is scarier than just one post about getting Godzilla into a trans corner, because that is absolutely ludicrous. But watching human being, sorry. Watching human beings for 40 minutes throwing so much stupidity at each other and pretending that it's okay and that they're having
Hollywood
a good
has always
time.
done that. That's the thing.
Yeah,
like this,
so what?
but we didn't have to
this,
see it.
This really scares me. Like this really scares me. Like
we didn't have to see that.
Right.
It's the type
now
of
we
shit
do.
You're right. You're right. We didn't have to see it. Didn't have to click on it. Like my whole thing is, you're right. We didn't have to see it. It's like,
No, it's not.
We
right,
kind of had
because
to. We're an
we are-
entertainment entity.
Right.
no,
I mean, the reality
One
is,
entertainment,
about
motherfuckers.
what it,
Here's your entertainment.
never mind.
Oh shit!
The trade.
Here's your
Jay was making a good point. Jay was saying that it
I looked
perpetuates.
down for one
like,
second to take a picture
Jesus fucking Christ.
of my manga that I'm bagging, and I come back and I see Ryan. Oh, God, Ryan.
Hold it. Oh my God.
Doing
Will,
cartoon.
can you be more consistent so I can kick Ryan? Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'll keep trying.
Look, he was emulating
Jay was
1930s
saying-
Disney artwork.
Jay
Okay.
made a point though, because Jay said it's about perpetuating the cycle of narcissism in Hollywood, and I'm like, yeah, no, absolutely, I completely agree with that. But maybe it's just the way I go about it. But my thought process is the insane overreaction makes us look equally as foolish. We can see our
No, it
raw eyes
doesn't.
and talk
No, it
about
doesn't.
it.
I totally don't.
It's
agree
no
with
worse
that.
than
It
people
doesn't.
getting pissed off
I
when they see
agree to
propaganda.
stupidity as much as I want to react to it. When I see major stupidity, I react like this is my equivalent reaction to that. Because if the pendulum swings in such a
I would say
direction,
that's your natural
This
reaction
is-
doesn't mean it's a good reaction.
I have a
though. And,
curious
that's what I'm
question.
getting at. Like if the reaction only serves to make our side, which is the side that usually tries to stand for
I'm
logic.
not serving a side. I'm reacting to something. I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm reacting generally
Exactly.
to something. This
Right.
is everything I did.
It does seem a bit like
Coach,
Leon
Coach,
versus
my
Leon
initial
Lewis.
statement was just because
boy.
that's your reaction doesn't mean that it is a positive or a good reaction. You can react to something and the reaction has a
And
net
I'm
negative
sorry.
effect.
I'm sorry if you don't like it or if it's
our-
the
it's not a
dimension or the
debate.
Is this
extension.
our
I
great
don't
Civil
care.
War moment? Is this
It's
finally
my
happening?
reaction to it.
So I have a
Leona's
curious
debating
question. I have a
Coach now.
curious question. So, like,
Okay.
so we obviously have an extreme, granted it's mostly comedy reaction to this particular interview, right? So, what about their reactions to what we say? When do you think their reactions are extreme when they
their
call us
reactions
racists,
are-
bigots, and everything?
Oh yeah, their
That's a reaction,
reactions,
right?
We were laughing.
their reactions are so extreme and over the top that it makes them look cringe, it makes them look bad. And I think that's what's always made our side, the in my opinion, like the correct side to stand on is the fact that we didn't do that. The fact that we were like, we looked normal. So when I see our side doing these insane over the top reactions, I'm like, well, great. Now we're
All right,
devolving into the right wing version
So-
of what we've been criticizing them
Well,
for.
I mean,
for a
okay,
decade.
yeah, fine. That's a
we
fair
don't like
point there. But
right-wingers.
actually,
No,
let's
it's
say
not
that
because
like,
you can't judge
let's
every
say-
reaction and put it on the stand if something is good or not. Because you are not the judge, my friend. We are
Let's
not the
say,
judges. We
for
react to
example-
stuff
Coach, you can look
because
at
we
someone. You can look at someone howling
Oh,
like
Lord.
a hyena in
I'm
a
not
relatively.
attacking or offending or something or
Coach,
not
you
putting
can
any
look at
violence.
Look,
someone
let's
howling
say, for
like a
example,
hyena
that we
in a
all
dumb
just sat there and we all
conversation
just sat there and we
friends.
watched the clip and we just stoically sat there with straight fucking faces and
Yeah.
we watched the whole clip and then afterwards there was nothing but silence as
funny.
we all just nodded our fucking heads. We'd
I
lose
mean,
all
that
this.
would have been the same
You
result.
guys are you're missing the point. You're not being honest.
Yes,
honest
those
towards the
people are
argument.
extremely
The argument
stupid.
is
Yes,
if
that's
we're
correct.
going
I
to
agree.
criticize
I
this,
concur.
I think this clip deserves criticism. I think this whole variety thing deserves criticism. But
Look,
the
if
way
we
you
sat there and did
criticize
nothing, it
have
wouldn't have been
some sort
fucking any kind of
intellectual
integrity.
Right.
We're
I
basically
think-
comedians
As
doing.
a
Yeah, at the
I
end of
wanna
the day,
cheer.
we're just here to have a laugh, talk shit, and
I want to
kind
share
of-
that while you guys have been
Yeah.
arguing over, righteousness and stuff, I have bagged some of my Pokemon manga, so I'm pretty excited about that.
Nice.
I just wanted to share it with Leon because I told him when I would get my bags that I would show him, all my
It does
bag
look
stuff.
beautiful.
so.
That looks sick.
I'm working on
That is
bagging my manga that I've read already. I just wanted to share that and break the ice a little bit. So yeah.
I mean, it's all good.
I'm-
like
I'm
Leona
just
already
drawing
created a
Atreus.
chasm, so it's all good.
No, but I do
You just
agree
gave
with
him the
both of
shovel.
I get where our local
totally
liberal.
understand.
I
Yeah.
get where our local liberals coming from. I totally get it.
Yeah.
You know, you guys understand. He is our lofty pixels. Okay, we tried to have
Holy
going
shit,
to
man.
allow for discussion. You know what I mean? So every once in a while, we need someone who's going to just disagree with just basically everything. You know, and this is why he's kind of mid transition, because the problem is that he does agree with some things, but he doesn't agree with everything. So he's kind of like in between. That's why I say mid transition. But
And we don't agree on everything
eventually,
either.
he is
True.
going to fully transition, and he's going to become our full on, Leona pixels. Let's just call him that. Leona pixels.
Leona
Look, I mean, the
pixels.
reality
Oh,
here is
shit.
that the problem is we are all obviously aware that there is a disgusting, corrosive rot at the core of culture at the moment that has been allowed to fester and grow to the point of being completely malignant. It's infecting everything, and we're all disgusted by it. Otherwise, we wouldn't be doing what we're doing. But you gotta laugh, man, when two fucking morons are just sitting there jerking each other off with their ridiculously
in mind, guys,
overly cartoonishly
every
complimentary
stream we
things.
have, there's always a disagreement. It's never just a full on agreement fest.
That's true.
Every stream.
Yeah.
That's
No,
why,
of
like, when
course
people
not.
are like,
Everybody
"Oh, you
disagrees.
guys are anti woke echo chamber," I'm like, okay.
That's the only healthy way to make a conversation go forward is with the disagreement, which is why again, maybe it's because, and I love what Elon's done with Twitter, for example. I love that he took it over. I love that we can now see things that we never had a hope in hell of seeing before. Unfortunately, with the rise of that has come the rise of seeing more. Like I saw this one, post the night of the Game Awards, maybe it was the next day, that was like, oh, the real winner of the Game Awards is the strong female protagonist, because every single trailer they showed off didn't have one single male main character. And I was like, is he? And I looked, and he was being serious. And I literally, there was like 9 games with strong male characters that were shown off, but he was so tunnel visioned into this woke mind virus that throughout the whole Game Awards, every trailer he saw had a strong woman. When that was like, don't get me wrong, there were those, and those games looked trash. They looked cringe. But to be so insane on our side of things, that he didn't see any positives in the trailers, any strong male-led games when they absolutely existed.
That speaks to my point earlier, Leon.
That same cultural brain rot started to infect our side.
It is a fine line for us. It is a fine line for us to like take the stance that we're taking, that we can see through this crap. We're lucky enough to have woken up from it, or pardon the pun, and see things the way that they actually are, rather than the way that they're trying to be fed to us. And it's a fine line to react in a way that is fair and considered, or go completely overboard and act just like them. And you really, but at the same time, you've also got to proportionately display how irritating something is. But again, when it comes to something like that, it's basically like us putting on a skit. We're only watching it because we know it's going to drive us insane, because they're so fucking stupid. They're the example. They're the propaganda arm of the thing that we're all fighting against. And when you see two absolute, complete and total fucking idiots talking like that, it's not entertaining. Everybody knows it's absolute cringe. It's just two complete spoiled idiots living in a bubble world created for them, just telling each other how great they are over and over again. It's completely cringe. So the reaction was there to make it maybe hopefully a little more bearable for our audience.
Well, that's Leon, Leon, you just answered. You responded with my point from earlier. Like the two morons talking was sending a message, like this entitlement, they can never do no wrong. Then you have someone responding on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call it, saying the female leads. That's the echo chamber. That's the tunnel vision they're trying to send out. That's what. That's the message.
Yeah.
When they put these two
this
people
guy was
together,
on our side. He was throwing a fit because all he saw was games with female leads.
He's being conditioned in what you're saying.
He's the
basically,
part, he's the other side. Yeah.
So he's acting like the far right lunatic.
Right,
it's a smear campaign.
Stuff. I agree with you. Like, we need to make fun of it. We need to mock it and the whole nine, shame it into non-existence. I'm just my thought process is: are we, if no one has, if this is someone's first time watching this stream, or if someone sees this clip on Twitter or on YouTube and they've never seen Hypnotic's channel before, they've never seen the show before, is the way we're presenting ourselves, do we look like the rational individuals that they should want to side with? Be like, oh, these guys have a logical point, or will they look at this and be like, oh, These guys are just as insane as the people who claim that they're 57 different genders.
I'm not.
I
never claimed that I'm normal. Or
At the end of the day,
fresh.
all of it is just content. All of it's content, and people love to watch the hilarity of it all. You know,
exactly.
And
That's
we're no different.
You want to talk about something
than a
serious? Let's talk about something serious. But before the next topic, of course, let's go through our super chats real quick. We got Panther 111 gifted another 5 Hypnotic memberships. Thank you, Panther, man. That's insane. I appreciate you. And Zach's a member for 5 months. Then she looks good, but not good enough to be this slow. Very nice. And Panther 111 gifted another 5. He's just making everybody green, dude. Thank you so much, Panther.
KRG and King Kong. I already know this.
Very nice of you, man. Thank you. All right, so let's go into this topic. This one is interesting, and I'm sure it's going to bring a lot of interesting discussions. So apparently, California just approved a equal pay lawsuit against Disney. Disney is being sued for like the millionth time, and apparently 9,000 women are going to sue for alleged compensation violations. So this is the same company that preaches diversity, equity, inclusion, all that other nonsense. And apparently there is 9,000 women that feel like they were not paid equally for the same exact position as their male counterparts. And of course, I mean, California is going to approve this lawsuit. If there's any state in the entire country that's going to approve this particular lawsuit, it's going to be California. What do you guys think about this one?
Well, first off, it would be nice to know some of the details. I don't know if the article maybe mentions it, but what positions are we talking about?
Right.
Like, are we talking basic service positions, or are we talking way up
the
there?
largest such legal action ever go forward under the state's Equal Pay Act. It's covering employees from the companies Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, Film, TV, ABC, Marvel, and Lucasfilm Division. So all of those particular sides. So you got some regular park workers, you got some entertainment workers. It's nobody like prominent, right? It's not like actors or anything like that, but it's basically just like, you know,
service,
simple line workers.
Union, right?
Union workers. Yep.
But
the thing is, like, if you're a union, wouldn't that not be the case? Like, wouldn't you be starting at the same pay as your male counter? Like, isn't that the whole point of having a union in the first place?
After we've seen with the Well, you go ahead.
This
Jay.
is contract. This is contract based. I think with like when it comes down to, especially for the Disney cruise and maybe a couple other little things there, because they'll send out contracts to women or men, whoever, to work as a bartender or as a waitress or whatever in these situations, and they don't get paid apparently the same as men, I'm assuming here, but it's all contract based. It's not unionized, because I know someone that does the cruise, the Disney cruise, and she's upset with the amount of pay that she gets hearing about other people making more money than her. So
I know.
Here's the idea behind this, that it's the biggest issue, is that so many of these women are like, oh, we're not getting paid the correct amount, when Disney has been doing this thing lately, which a lot of businesses have been doing. We don't have enough minorities, whether that minority be skin color, gender, whatever. So they're going to hire all these women that weren't there before, because, hey, we've hired minorities now. Look at us. We're great. But it's their first job with them, or their first time with them. Well, of course they're going to have a lower starting rate. They just started the job. So
I've worked with several clients. Why would you pay for silk when you're getting cotton? You know?
No, but the thing about the gender pay gap, especially when we're talking about cruise, I work with a couple of clients that were working for Disney Cruise, especially. The thing about those cruises is that it's really hard labor. It's really tough stuff. And you have to keep up a very consistent, high quality type of show for sometimes the duration of even 2 weeks. And so women just physically, they get exhausted way quicker than men with these shows, because they are really, really demanding on a physical level. You have to change, you have to be quick, you have to sing, choreography. It's super, super hard, costume and everything. And so what they do is some sort, and it's, of course, it sounds harsh and rough, but Disney, what they do is they have like an evaluation chart. They look at it and they say, hey, when we hire 500 performers and 300 are women and 200 are men. And so with the women, we have to take into account that they will have, their monthly period, that they will have a more physical, exhaustion from the show. So they're going to miss more hours than their male colleagues.
Maternity leave as well.
maternity leave. There are many also psychological reasons, women's things. So sometimes, it's they are, they're more subject to, taking days off or not being ready to work or not being fit to present themselves on stage. And so therefore the male contractor working for Disney, for example, but also for great stage experiences such as Cirque du Soleil, maybe not Cirque du Soleil because they're trying to pay as equally as possible. But you have this with a lot of production companies where they just have to take into account, hey, over the duration of a year, you're gonna miss out way more on work because of natural, physical, environmental, blah, 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 than your male colleagues. So I'm not gonna pay you the same amount of money. Is that completely fair or completely correct? I don't know. Somewhere there's a frontier, but it's not always. Oh yeah, the bad company, the evil company, they want to suppress the women. It's the patriarchy and stuff like that. It's just a rational, mathematical type of play that you have to put in there. It's about money.
Read the attorney's name and tell me the irony.
Very ironic.
Where's the this one?
But if you read this comment, though, if you read this part of the article, it actually goes into what Coach was saying, because it doesn't like this. So the attorney says that such pay discrepancies existed due to the fact that two employees sharing a similar position did not necessarily mean that their actual workloads were substantially similar. And I'm sure a lot of these people who are in this lawsuit don't even understand the concept of that. But it's like Coach was saying, the workloads usually are vastly different depending on what you're actually doing and what you're actually capable of doing. And, and not only that, too, when it comes to pay, let's just be real, man. Women do not negotiate nowhere near as hard as men do. Women are much more about women, much more are about, okay, this is my pay. Yes, no problem. They're agreeable. They don't negotiate as hard. They don't try as hard. It's just a known fact. You know what I'm saying? So it's that's why I thought the whole point of the union was so that everything was, same setting, right? You had your start date here. This is what you start at. Eventually, after XYZ amount of time, you go here, kind of a thing. Like that's what that's what I thought the whole point of the union was. But then again, the union, I don't know. They were striking for a reason. So.
Right. No, I'm not saying that these companies are, they're saints. They're of course trying to suppress you and trying to save as much money as they can. But sometimes the reasons for that are quite logical and reasonable. They don't come from an evil place. It's just the evaluation that they have to make as a production company. Also, a woman costs more on insurance throughout the year as a performer than a male does, right? So there are many reasons. Sometimes people don't really look granular into this stuff. It's like, that's like always black and white. But actually, you have to take that into account. And like you said, sometimes they don't even negotiate.
I mean, the whole gender pay gap thing is based on the idea that a man's total lifetime earnings tend to be higher than a woman's total lifetime earnings. And the whole thing is based on that. But the reality is that they don't, account for things like maternity leave and stuff like that. So that's why the whole thing, it was why if you look at it and don't actually think at all for a second, then women end up with less than men money wise. But then there's you've got to take into consideration the fact that is because the guy is probably working longer hours, doing a more dangerous job.
And also short
and who cares anyway, because 90% of the money the guy spends is on the women anyway.
Right. But also,
they don't talk about
making
that.
a nice house, making sure that you have a roof over your head, the kids are fed.
It comes back to the.
It's what we are here for, is to provide for you. It gives a man like a subconscious fucking
but I agree.
sense of satisfaction to provide for a woman. It just does. Exactly. So that it gets spent on, ideally, the generation creation and supporting of a family with a woman, so everybody benefits at the end anyway. Who cares?
That's why women shouldn't work. You're denying a man a job to
Here
start
we go
a
again.
family.
You always have to go to like 50.
Ryan's always got to take it to the extreme.
Will, are you okay? Your video froze.
Will I think got hit by a tornado.
Oh, there we go. No, he's fine.
I'm here.
We thought a monster.
Women should not be allowed to drive or work.
Oh no!
You know what's
You always
funny?
got to go to 15 out of 10. Always.
I think about when I think about the people who are probably involved in this lawsuit, it's most likely like the kind of women that you see like on construction lines, right? Like I very rarely ever see a woman using a fucking jackhammer. but 9 times out of 10, they're the ones holding the stop sign. Slow go, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And these are the kind of people who are probably on this lawsuit. Like, I want equal pay to the guy who's literally using a fucking jackhammer for 8 hours a day or whatever. It's just not the case. So
they want equal pay, but when you call them on a short notice in the morning because some actresses, they got sick and now you have to jump in and to have to fill in. Oh no, so early, I can't, blah blah. If you call a man on a short notice, it's way higher probability that he says like, give me 10 minutes, I'll be in the cab and I'm coming over to the studio lot and
grunting his way out.
Right, he'll be exhausted, he'll be bitching, but he's gonna go.
He's gonna
go. I used to work at
probably
events.
complain
We had to
like a
rig up.
motherfucker, but yeah, they'll go.
Right.
We used
I
to
have no idea like what the details are with this case in particular, but like the best example, I probably use this one all the time, is the WNBA in particular, because of how vocal they are about like all of the equality that they prefer. What I always find hilarious about it in particular is like when it comes to they even get granular about it, like the pay, all that stuff besides the point that we all know about, but even when it comes to rules, like it's a pick and choose, like they refuse to they refuse to lower the hoop because it hurts their ego, but they're totally fine with having a college level 3-point line, playing less games, playing less time per games, but they also want like LeBron James level money, which is it's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, like everyone
you can
knows
have
on
the
this panel,
same
probably,
money when
WNBA
you
is not
draw
even
the same
fucking
money.
profitable.
That's the
Yeah,
thing.
like they
You
don't.
can get
Yeah, they
paid.
don't bring any
NBA
value.
subsidizes the WNBA.
If you
You
draw
saw
money,
the
you're
US
gonna make more
women's
money.
pro
finish,
soccer
guys.
team, right? You saw the U.S. women's pro soccer team lose to that British retired soccer team.
Yes. Wrexham.
They also lost
I grew
to a
up playing
bunch of
soccer.
15-years-olds.
The average goal, you score an average of 1 to 4 goals per game. Anything more than 4 is a blowout in soccer. These retired men went 12-0 with professional women.
And the women before the game, they were showing off. Oh, we're gonna bury you. Oh no, you're gonna be. It's like they even kind of, it was just horrible.
They also
the funny thing, I just want to respond to Cynic's comment there. Like the funny thing, and I'm doing it in a positive way because I'm piggybacking it, but the women, the WNBA, and even the females hockey and soccer, they're wanting all these luxuries that the men have with. That they've gone through decades and decades of fighting the ownership and going and fighting through promotional everything. They've fought for years and years and years to get to this point. Right. Like you look at like Magic Johnson, just like from the 80s, he didn't make very much. It was a lot back then, but he didn't make very much. Wayne Gretzky, all these athletes didn't make very much. These athletes, goes back to my comment earlier. These women are acting entitled, thinking that they should be making the same as men for a sport. Yes, it's the same sport, but it's only been around for a decade. Like realistically, they got to like earn their stripes. They have to get out there and earn it.
The thing is, the money doesn't come from the sport. The money comes from what you pull in playing the sport. You know, so it's not about the sport. It's how much money you're bringing in by playing it.
Yes,
and
right.
They're not
And
bringing in
they
shit.
they keep fucking sabotaging themselves too. Like Shaq has. I've watched clips of multiple NBA players bringing up the idea of lowering the rim so that you can do cool shit like dunking. I fucking remember this one time I had a roommate years ago and he brought this like hyper hipster chick over, and I don't know why, but we got on the subject of basketball, and this was fucking years ago, dude, like way before YouTube or anything. And I remember her bringing up the WNBA, and I was like, yeah, I'm not interested, like the NBA finals are coming up. And she got really offended, and I remember saying, like, what would you rather do? Watch someone do a fucking layup or watch LeBron James do like a tomahawk dunk from the fucking free throw line? Like, what would you rather see?
True.
Yeah.
Like, just lower the
Even
rim.
though LeBron's a total bitch, I'd still rather watch that.
But it's entertaining as well. Like the thing is, like they bring that value of not only their professionalism, but they also attract people's attention to the network itself. And they could be complete assholes in real life or, outside the court. But in the court, I can't lie to you. I don't watch a lot of sports, but even I can tell, my God, they're fucking entertaining. I looked at one clip of WNBA.
I can't
I'm
even
not
see it.
lying.
There's only one sport that females like do really well. Actually, two: golf and fighting, like UFC or in boxing, where they like they earn their money. They earn their money because not only they are becoming these great athletes and putting on these great fights, but they're like promotionally they're doing everything correct. They keep their mouth shut. They don't talk politics. They just do it. They do their job. And
Well, I don't
that's
know if
why
they're
they
gonna
make
earn their money now because you got Brock Lesnar in a wig showing up and knocking the shit out of them.
But that's Brock.
Brock Lesnar's daughter?
Speaking of Brock Lesnar, his daughter. I literally thought first off, I thought it was photoshopped. I thought it was fake. I didn't think it was real. I thought somebody photoshopped a wig onto Brock Lesnar. Then I realized, oh no, wait, that's actually his real daughter. Like, fuck,
Dude, homeboy doesn't have a single
What the
recessive trait in
Where's
his
this? I
body.
haven't seen this.
Apparently, like the
Look
dude
it
is
up on
so
Google.
dominant, even his DNA dominates. Holy
His
fuck!
fucking face it dominated.
No,
that.
I want to make something very clear before I show, bro. Before I show, well, I'm gonna show you the picture.
That's some alpha genes. Holy shit!
Brock Lesnar, okay?
Yes, there it is.
Now hold on,
yeah.
wait, time out.
I'm sure she's.
I want you guys, because I'm a big wrestling fan. Okay, I want you guys to think about something. All right, like Leon was saying, think about the total dominance of Brock Lesnar's genes. Okay, because you got to understand this woman right here. This is actually a real woman. Her father is Brock Lesnar, right? Her mother is Sable. Okay.
Right.
Sable. You guys understand? It's Sable.
My childhood crush.
Like you had the opportunity to have Sable's looks, and your fucking DNA was like, nah, bro, we're going straight with Brock Lesnar. That is crazy to me. Your mom
natural
is
selection.
Sable, and you look like that's just crazy. I'm sorry.
And
You should
people
put a
think
poll.
scientific
This is
racism
Ryan
is
Roger
a
A.
thing.
The real genetic
Would you this or Ziggler?
I would do
That's
Ziggler all
it.
day long.
That's the real genetic jackhammer there, isn't it?
Bro.
It's not Vince McMahon. It's Brock fucking Lesnar.
I couldn't believe when I saw this picture. I was like, "There's no fucking way your DNA screwed you over this bad. There's no way. There's not a single
It's
ounce of
just Lesnar,
Sable
isn't it?
in this
It
body
is.
except for the hair. She got
I
the
hope
hair
to
from
God
Sable.
it turns out gay because she's capital LES Lesnar.
Oh Lord,
Brock.
She
No,
should be
I'm not gonna
Captain
say-
Marvel. That's a believable Captain Marvel right there.
I
Very
could believe
strong,
her
very
to be Captain Marvel.
Well, I need to make it as clear as possible. Remember this picture, okay? Now this
God.
this is this person's mom. All right, like
Yeah,
how
a total bombshell.
did your DNA fuck you like this? I just will never.
Yeah,
I
that's
will
the
never understand.
supremacy of German genes, Hypno.
That is crazy.
Funny Man
Brock-
was right all along.
Brock Lesnar's genes
She
are
doesn't even have
dumb.
eyebrows. If they ever make a live action Dragon Ball Z movie, get this bitch for Super Saiyan 3 Goku.
Yeah, bro.
Like-
I can't believe this is real. I just can't. Wow, unbelievable.
As real as is
So-
real.
I mean, to be fair,
Is
she
she gonna
doesn't
go
look
into
like
UFC?
that now.
Is that her plan?
But she looks
like-
pretty good though for now. And the problem is
doesn't
like
look terrible,
she could be
but
80
she
years
doesn't
old
look
and
like
look
that.
better than her daughter. Like it just doesn't matter. It
It's
just doesn't
fairly
matter.
unfair.
Her
isn't it?
daughter is totally fucked for the rest.
Is
of
her
life.
daughter planning to go in the UFC? Is that the plan?
I don't know.
Might as well.
Might as well. Like that face
I
will
bet
make
she'd get
make
paid a
her
lot
money.
more going to the WWE. I bet she'd get paid more.
I would
going
love
back
to see her
Like,
walk
there's
into
both.
UFC.
She's gonna be in the
Like her dad.
WWE without a
Fucking-
doubt.
The
WWE
first
all day long.
woman ever to
Yeah,
defeat
still do both.
Franny.
She could be the live action Broly.
Who says
That fine young woman, could be the first female athlete, to beat a tranny in combat
That
because
could
of the
actually
sheer
happen, maybe.
genetic power
Nah,
of Brock
it's
Lesnar.
biological.
No,
female.
that's a daughter. That's the
biological
daughter,
female.
Michaela. Unfortunately, there are those cases where sometimes the genes of the father are so goddamn strong, the daughter
Yeah.
looks like a fucking.
No, but that's not
reflection.
strong. That is dominance. There is
That
nothing.
is
Yeah.
dominance.
There's
Yeah.
nothing.
Well, Brock
Like
Lesnar's daughter.
99%.
Only
Lesnar,
the
man.
hair is Sable's. That's it.
That's
Nothing.
it. Yeah.
Bro. It's like, my God. No,
It's got bigger.
dude, I don't know what to
traps
say.
than
Like
me,
that
man.
is Barack 2.0.
I
Oh,
finished
my
my
God.
drawing.
Why do they always have to daughters? You never have sons anymore. Oh my
Dude.
God. What is that?
He just
You know
seems
what?
to
To
be.
be fair though, I would take watching that bitch over Charlotte Flair any day. Fuck Charlotte Flair. Just
Well, Charlotte got fucking
I'll
hurt last
fucking
night.
wrestling
Boring
rant
now.
real quick. First of all, Ric Flair's a bitch, and the nepotism game is
What?
talentless.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
Leon.
Good wrestler. He's a good
no.
He's
wrestler.
starting a war.
We need to
Back
cancel
away.
Leon.
No,
He walked away from a comedy
no,
show.
no.
Leon has
Not
gone
Ric Flair.
full-
Ric Flair
Wait.
is a
Hold
god.
on, hold on.
Leon
Listen,
has
hear me
gone
out.
full
Did you
off.
see Ric Flair
Game
walk
over.
away from the comedy show because the comedy was too
Dog
offensive?
tier take, man.
I saw that.
Wait. You guys
Ric
gotta.
Flair walked away from a comedy show because he was drunk and
Ric
found the comedy
Flair's
too
a
offensive.
bitch.
Fuck
What the
him. Ric Flair's a bitch. 70-year-old man can't take fucking jokes. Oh, my son killed himself. You know what? It happened years ago.
Oh.
Not Leona Pixels.
And your daughter's even worse. Both of Ric Flair's
Wow.
Like just.
Oh my god.
I
Hey,
apologize
take
for
it.
the
Controversial one.
Hypno.
I
I'm the
apologize for
controversial
the. I didn't think that he would fully transition on stream. I was hoping to be off. He did. But I think it's happened. I think we finally had the birth
think
of
we got it.
Leona. Leona is
Wood.
here.
What do you
Make him
Hulk
watch
Hogan.
Arcane, and he'll revert back to
I
his
have to
normal
change the
self.
intro now. Now it's going to be fully. Next week, it's going to be fully transitioned. Watch.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Leona Pixels. Make sure to mention Pixels.
Oh,
Again,
and the
Leona's
great
a
thing is,
German
I'm going to have
sausage.
Lofty on the show too at some point. It's going to be great.
Oh
Lofty
Lord,
and Leon
no!
together.
It'll be the
Oh,
singularity. Oh no!
The contrarian
awesome.
war.
I love Lofty.
It'll
That's what it'll
collapse.
be.
The amount of hate he gets online is fucking hilarious.
Bro, I
Take
felt
Lofty.
bad. Wasn't he on like a stream for like Saturday Night Tights when like Rings of Power?
It doesn't
was
matter
around
what stream
and they-
he's on. People in the chat, they're just like, "Why the fuck is Lofty here?" And I'm like, "Why are you doing that?"
Don't,
Like,
in all seriousness, don't allow him to drink on a show. It won't
Yeah.
end well.
Oh wow, that's
Okay.
the only
That guy
problem is
was-
we cannot do anything about that because we're all from in our
people are
screen.
saying kick Lofty. He's not even here.
I'm gonna
Not
find out
Lofty.
when this happens.
Kick the lofty clone.
Oh my
I'm
god,
fucking pissed off at you, Leon. It's like,
that is
Oh,
hilarious,
man.
man. All right,
Can I say
let's switch it
something?
up. Yes, say what you got to say, and then we're gonna talk about the Game Awards
No,
because this
I
is
like
gonna...
I like what Steve said. This is probably the greatest description of Brock Lesnar's daughter. He said that isn't strong genes. That is his sperm beating up the egg until it cried uncle and just
Yeah,
cloned
that's it.
him.
Wow.
Oh my god, I
Not
agree.
bad.
Oh Lord.
Not bad.
Let me
That
pull up
shit's
some of these
me.
super chats really quick. That girl
Just
Casey
one-
Pretend, oy vey, the boys
Hey.
are fighting. I will be back soon, y'all. For now, I will enjoy the show.
She
Casey
said
likes when we
yummy.
fight.
Damn,
Yeah,
She
I guess
won't.
she
The
likes when
tiny
we fight.
hats will kill her
Hey,
before she
in
comes
the
back
chat.
on.
not the tiny hats.
Picasso, member for 7 months, man. Shout out. I appreciate you. Says happy holidays, everyone. Be safe this New Year's. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank you
that
very
a
much.
lot.
Hey, thank you, man.
Very
You as
much.
well.
Kyoko Fulgarian for 2 says Leon's been on a warpath, and I love it. There you go.
Oh Lord.
It's more like
Oh.
Leon is transitioning, but it's okay.
I was thinking I was going to try and make a meme of like SNH Civil War using the poster from
Oh God.
Captain America, but I can't find one where it's just one person versus the others.
Will look for the poster. Me and you are just gonna sit on a chair watching the show unfold along with Hypno while everybody else is tearing each other apart.
Yeah. Although I
Look, man, I'm on Team Words. This fucker plays to win, so I'm going to be on the guy who plays to win, despite the fact we barely agree on fucking anything.
Okay, Benedict Arnold. God damn.
Now I need to go to the toilet.
Right.
I'll be
You
right
could be the
back.
guy who blasts himself into space at the end. You could be that.
Oh
guys are
man, let's
crazy.
go. What's the next topic again?
I was gonna do Game Awards, but I think I might do
yeah,
Doctor
yeah.
Who because we need Doctor Who's
Oh.
gonna take a little while. To be honest with you, but
You guys want to see the
or
progress?
maybe let's cover Game Awards because that's gonna be quicker. Nice.
I mean,
You colored all that right now? God.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's been coloring. He does this all the time. Hypno.
works
Like
so
when we're
fucking
talking, he
well.
just colors our way.
That's awesome.
Oh.
Man. That's awesome.
Doctor Who is completely fucked. By the
Mhm.
way. Oh no, wait, we're doing Game Awards.
I believe you. I believe you anyway.
Let's do Game Awards because that's really quick. We can get that over with, and then we'll jump into Doctor Who
Sure.
to
Okay,
close out.
yeah.
To
Which
close
is
out the
completely
stream, so.
fucked, by the way.
Oh yeah, completely fucked.
Yeah.
So I feel bad for all the Spider-Man 2 people, who who are so strong on Spider-Man 2 being utterly amazingly diverse, and it's going to definitely win game awards and all that stuff. And even though it was super diverse and one of the most prominent Spider-Man games to release, it won nothing. It won absolutely nothing. It was voted for 7 awards, and it won absolutely nothing. You know what wasn't voted? Hogwarts Legacy wasn't voted for literally anything.
Wasn't for anything. It's like
it wasn't voted for anything. And the funny thing is, if you guys go back to my streams about Hogwarts Legacy when I was playing it, I specifically remember talking during those live streams and saying this game is fucking amazing, but it's not going to ever win shit. It's never even going to be nominated. I remember saying that. I said it multiple times.
I remember you saying
I already
that.
knew
I was
like
watching those streams.
it wasn't going to happen. I knew that this game was going to be it was going to be sidelined simply because it had this image around it about being anti-trans or whatever the case may be.
It was another artificially created fucking outrage by the left. They just
even though the game had a trans character and all the pronouns were gender neutral in the game, but whatever. Just ignore the logical reality of the world.
I mean, it literally played through it as a trans character who he then called like transphobic bigger or something.
Yeah, that character though did not even sound that trans. You could tell like that was a last minute decision where like they told some of the sound engineers, they're like, oh shit, we forgot to do something. That woman at the bar just reduced her voice by a bunch of decibels.
Oh yeah, for sure. They added like deepness to her voice, and then just
that actually sounded like a real life tranny.
Quick, put a pitch changer on it. We gotta be trans friendly.
It didn't even sound like the typical tranny you would hear like on a freaking like live stream or any of that sort of stuff. This one sounded like it was Smaug with a fucking cold. Like that's how it sounded. It really was.
Oh my god!
It sounded like that with no.
I've had that fucking game since release, and I still haven't had time to play it. It's
I was playing it, but I almost forgot.
The fact that and don't get me wrong, I'm an Alan Wake fan. I love Alan Wake, the original one. I haven't played the second one, not yet, but I plan to, even though I've heard some things about it. The fact that Alan Wake was in running for Game of the Year over Hogwarts Legacy is mind blowing. It's just mind blowing to me, and I will never. And I don't. And the funny thing is, I don't disagree with the winner. Like I actually think Baldur's Gate 3 should have won Game of the Year, in my opinion.
No, that was well deserved.
Just because of how vast that game is and the amount of work that went into it, and how it was complete on day one, and all this other stuff. There are like little patches here and there, but like the game itself was complete day one. It was definitely.
I still don't think it should have beaten Tears of the Kingdom.
You guys are gonna call me Lofty Pixel again, but I don't think Baldur's Gate 3 should have won Game of the Year. I really don't.
I mean, like,
what do you think should have won Game of the Year? Just curious.
Tears of the Kingdom.
I think Tears of the Kingdom should have won. And here's my argument for why Baldur's Gate, because Baldur's Gate 3 is a good game. I'm not gonna knock Baldur's Gate 3. I understand why people love it, and it deserved the nomination. But let's be real. All it did was take Dungeons and Dragons, which is lore that already existed, characters already existed, maps already existed, and rules already existed, and put it in a video game. There wasn't actually a whole lot of work that needed done. Like, hey, let's take all this stuff that's already here and write code for it instead of playing it on pen and paper. I'm not that impressed by that.
The thing is, I don't think it's quite as simple as you're trying to make it seem, because it's not just like, oh, take it stuff from D&D and throw it into the game. You know how much coding and work it takes to even make one choice possible, let alone the god of crazy amount of choices that were possible in that game. Like it's not something that was so simple as just copy and paste. That game from a mechanical standpoint, that game was fantastic. Graphically very good as well. From a mechanic standpoint, all of it was just top tier. Like I do think like overarchingly it deserved to win Game of the Year. Tears of the Kingdom, while it's a great game, I don't know. I don't know if it's like, when I say Game of the Year, I really feel like it has to be super different, or
Tears
at
of the
least
Kingdom
like
did win
impressive
Best
in
Action
every category. You know what I mean? What did it win? Best what?
Best action.
It won Best Action Adventure Game, which, to be fair, I think that's fair. Good. I'm glad it won Best Action Adventure, but wasn't going to win Game of the Year. Just done like Baldur's Gate 3. If you look at Baldur's Gate 3 is Baldur's Gate 5th edition, which is the most limited version of D&D. Again, there was nothing in terms of what it. If you're a Dungeons and Dragons player like I've been for years, you look at this game and be like, yeah, that is an accurate representation of Dungeons and Dragons on a computer. And maybe it's because I'm a D&D player. That's why I feel that way. I'm like, yeah, it's more D&D. I'm happy to get more D&D. It's kind of like if you're watching a superhero movie that's accurate to the comics, you're like, awesome, it was accurate. That doesn't make the movie a good movie on its own. It makes it a good adaptation. I think Baldur's Gate's a great adaptation, but I don't think that in 10 years we're still going to be talking about Legend of Zelda. Are we going to still be talking about Baldur's Gate 3? I don't know.
I don't think Baldur's Gate has quite the mass.
Well, Baldur's Gate is not the same kind of following as a Nintendo main IP,
But
the
fourth one, a lot of people said Tears of the Kingdom is basically just Breath of the Wild again with A levels, but that's a British joke. But no, I mean, it did far more than that. It took the concept of Breath of the Wild and expanded on it so exponentially that it's actually almost pointless to play Breath of the Wild ever again.
Cynic, what do you think should have won Game of the Year? Just curious.
I didn't play a lot of games this year, but I did play Tears of the Kingdom. So, I'm a massive Zelda fan, and I'm hugely biased towards it. So I would say that. But I didn't play enough. Like, I didn't even get a chance to play Spider-Man 2 yet. So I don't know.
Well, I think there's two games missing on this list, to be honest with you. I think Alan Wake 2 and Resident Evil 4 should not be on this fucking list. Like,
that's why I was surprised.
I was like, why?
Is that the remaster?
That's the remaster.
Yeah, that's going to be the remaster.
I was very surprised.
It's a remake, not a remaster.
I don't think Super Mario Wonder.
Different game.
But still, if we're gonna use the fact that like Baldur's Gate is a copy and paste of D&D, like this game is literally a copy and paste game being
I don't think Resident Evil should win.
You know what I mean? But my thing is, those two games should not.
Fan, I don't think Resident Evil 4. I think the only
and I
award
love Resident Evil 2
should have won was best sound design, and it didn't even win that. The only award it should have won, it didn't win.
Right. No, I definitely like these two games should not be on here. I feel like Hogwarts Legacy, and maybe just because I'm a Final Fantasy show, I feel like 16 should be up here. But I already knew too when I was playing 16 that was another game that was not going to be up here. A game all about
16
white people.
did win something though.
The game is not going to be up here at all. It is not a Nintendo IP.
No, they did win one award, but it's for the music. Though.
No, I'm talking about Game of the Year. Game of the Year. It was not going to be voted for.
It did win soundtrack though. 16.
So what are they basing the game on?
I mean, I never even played it, but I was surprised because if it ain't Nobuo Uematsu, I thought that no one gave a shit.
Right.
To qualify for these awards,
here it's actually pretty good.
To qualify for this, what's the qualifications to be?
So it seems like that's a good question. I guess it must have something to do with just
a Democrat primary. DSP.
Fucking.
I don't think so. I think it's more like just like has to be something related to like the acclaim, but also like the amount of influence that game brings to like I guess the whole
Nintendo is always going to have a game up here.
That's true.
I don't think there's ever not been a time when Nintendo wasn't in the running somehow for a game of the year. Like they're always going to have something up here, and people are saying
actually the first time a Zelda game's been nominated and lost. Fun fact: like every time a Zelda game has been nominated for game, ever since Ocarina of Time and onward. Ocarina of Time won Game of the Year when it was nominated. Twilight Princess won when it was nominated. Breath of the Wild won when it was nominated. It's the first time a Zelda game's been nominated and lost.
But I just think
the category of best performance, by the way.
Who's going to be talking about Baldur's Gate? I think people will be, especially from a technical standpoint. It is by far the most impressive. It is the most impressive game on this list. And again, I'm not a super fan of Baldur's Gate. I'm more of a super fan of like Mario, Zelda, even Resident Evil. Like I don't care about Baldur's Gate like that. But I also can't ignore that game is not immensely impressive.
Baldur's Gate had a legacy that was built up by BioWare, and BioWare has gone the way of the dinosaur.
It goes beyond that, though, Ryan. Baldur's Gate is a Dungeons and Dragons game. Dungeons and Dragons is Wizards of the Coast's very first billion-dollar IP. Like people underestimate how popular Dungeons and Dragons is. It is a literal billion-dollar franchise. So this game is going to have built-in fans. Again, myself included as a D&D fan, just based on that.
They got popular off the Satanic Panic. That's how popular they got. And then after it was all over, people loved it more.
Dragon.
What?
I wasn't alive when that happened.
You can read your history, you bastard.
I can't. I've been surrounded by Americans.
Quite honestly,
what?
I
Alan Wake
a lot.
2 won Best Game Direction.
Yeah.
Over
Zelda? Oh no, they won a lot. Like keep going.
Honestly, I think Mario Wonder should have won Best Game Direction. The fact that they took Mario and made such small changes yet made it feel like the same but entirely different. Like they transformed the formula of Mario just enough to make to basically reinvigorate the franchise, that's Mario should have won that one, despite my boner for Zelda.
Yeah, I guess.
Wait, Alan Wake won best narrative too. What the fuck?
Keep going. They won another one, I believe, after this.
How much did fucking Microsoft pay?
I mean, is anybody surprised that every
really
single
strong
fucking
lineup,
year, no one ever watches the Game Awards and says
Baldur's
yes,
Gate
everything was
3,
correct.
Final Fantasy 16,
That's
even
true.
Spider-Man 2, like the narratives in those games are way better than Alan Wake 2. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's just like there's
Well,
no
Baldur's
way.
Gate 3, you've got like 40 narratives, yet Alan Wake 2 wins. See, this is one Baldur's Gate should have won, absolutely. Or Final Fantasy, one of the two.
See, the thing is, when I think of best narrative, I feel like you should have one singular overarching narrative. And the problem with Baldur's Gate, you can end the game in a multitude of ways where you don't actually have one singular narrative. So I feel like a singular narrative game should win in this particular scenario.
Okay, fair enough. I can see that.
16 or
Like,
Alan
it
Wake
lacks
or
direction.
yeah, I guess.
Oh, and Cyberpunk DLC is getting nominated for shit.
Bro,
Since when
what
do we
the
allow
fuck?
DLC to be
Alan Wake?
nominated?
Yeah,
Best art direction over Lies of P? Are you serious?
Yeah, that's a little bit.
Bro,
That's
Lies of P
stretching
or
it.
Hi-Fi Rush should have taken this.
Are
This
you
was
kidding
bullshit.
me right now,
That's cap right there.
Bro, who
cap.
who paid
Epic
who?
Games
Who
paid
who?
for this.
They probably did.
Not Microsoft. Epic
Epic
Games.
Games
Sure.
definitely paid.
Look,
Epic Games is
I'm
known
all-
for throwing their money deck around.
They really
do.
are. Holy shit.
That is
Oh,
crazy. There's no way that this game beats art direction in anything that's on this list. Even Mario and Zelda, like, come on, that's insane, man.
Yeah, it's
But
not
Hi-Fi
good.
Rush and Liza P, bro, I'm still playing
one of
Liza
those two
P, and
should've
Liza
won.
P is one of the best. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Just the feeling you get when you're in the environments. It feels like you're there. Like it is unbelievably well made in that regard. Like just the whole feeling of the game, the music, the sound. Just the environments, everything feels just fucking sick.
Look,
it really does.
You want to see how full of crap they are with like their winnings? Just click next until you get to best sim/strategy. Look what beat Company of Heroes 3. Okay,
Best score in music, I would say 16 or Hi-Fi Rush. To be honest,
that's
with you.
fine. Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
I'm actually surprised 16 beat Hi-Fi Rush. I'm not gonna lie, but
I am as well. I thought Hi-Fi Rush would own that category.
But best audio design, yeah, Hi-Fi Rush. If this didn't win,
Mhm.
I would fucking throw a table, honestly, because that's just
That's fair.
that doesn't
That's
make
fair.
any sense. Best performance, who the fuck is this?
Basically best actor performed
Actors
on
in
a
video
role in a
game.
game.
A
yeah.
white guy won.
Yeah. Hey, look. Hey,
No way.
we're at the birth
This
of a
is what
new
they left
era.
us.
A white man has won.
This
No
is what they left
way.
us.
That's it, guys. It's over. We can all retire.
This is what they left us.
Is he gay? Is that what it
Mission
is?
accomplished,
No.
guys. Let's kill it. Let's
No,
cancel the stream. Let's kill our channels. We've won.
non-binary.
We've won. We've done it.
We've won. We've won. Somebody say he's a gay vampire. He kind of looks
Oh,
like
man.
it.
Look like a gay
It's
vampire.
so
That's
That's
great.
what he
Bro.
plays. He plays the gay
done.
vampire.
This is a category,
Yeah.
innovation and accessibility. Are you serious?
Yes.
A driving
Forza
game
won
won
that?
something.
Diablo
Yay!
4? No, fuck off. What was Diablo 4 included in this list?
Oh
No.
my god.
No.
Colorblind
you.
mode, I guess. Like,
Bro,
I love the
no.
politically
Fuck.
correct terminology here. You know,
oh,
to
just
help
wait till
games
you
be
get to-
played and
wait till you
enjoyed
get to
by
one
an
of the other
even
categories.
wider
You're gonna have a
audience.
ball with it.
Oh, it gets
no,
worse?
This is gonna be fucked up.
This
Game
right
for
here.
impact.
Go down. Which one?
For
Who won again?
thought-provoking, hold on, read the description. For
What is this
thought-provoking social,
is that?
social
For a
meaning or
thought-provoking game with a
Literally the
pro-social
woke
meaning or
category.
message. Wow, nice.
Best
Awesome.
woke game in 2023.
I never even heard of any
Mafia.
of these. What are these?
It's a physics-driven sandbox game.
Woke people can't make games. They don't have any
When did
talent.
this come out?
That's why
Yeah,
they're
it's
all
not
indie
even. It's not
games.
even out, bro. That game is not even out. It comes out in March of next year.
Best
How did a game?
ongoing game. Really?
Yeah,
Fortnite
because like
lost this to
Cyberpunk.
Cyberpunk?
It's because
The
like
game is
Cyberpunk's been
ongoing
doing-
because it was broken in the beginning.
Yeah,
And
yeah, it's
that's
true.
why
Yes,
it's
Exactly.
ongoing.
of course. Yeah, it was broken as fuck.
Why I
That's the
will
only
never
reason
play
why.
that game ever again.
Like Fortnite should win. As much
I don't
as
know,
I'm not a super fan of Fortnite,
love-
but they
I
are.
love Final Fantasy 14. I'm a massive mod for that game. I
Yeah,
love it.
either this or 14 should win, hands down. 14 is 10 years plus strong. You know what I mean? They're
Yeah,
about to have
and
a
it is
whole
strong
graphic
as
overhaul.
fuck.
It
I
is
actually
super
thought
strong.
Genshin Impact was going to take it. Like, I didn't think Genshin Impact deserved it, but that's what I thought would win was Genshin, just because it's got a massive online following. Like,
It
on X
does.
and whatnot.
It
Like
does.
any
The
of these
only
other
game
games.
The weebs
that
love it.
isn't a free-to-play game won this.
All right. Cyberpunk only got good during the recent DLC, right? Like the Phantom Liberty, where they overhauled pretty much everything. But I feel like you shouldn't reward someone for that. Like the game was fucking broken for a while, and I don't know.
Months.
Hypno, they've been doing that for
like
ages.
6
Where
months or something, right?
yeah, they've been doing that for ages. Where broken games are praised for being completely like inoperable,
Being fixed.
And then when they get fixed, it's like, oh my god, this is the best thing that's ever been made. And then you're like, no, it's not. It was broken. Now I can play it.
Right. And I actually enjoyed Cyberpunk. I enjoyed it a lot, but not over.
It was broken.
14. Like,
Yeah, I had a buddy who was running it
I
on
don't
a
know.
top end PC when it came out, and he was going on and on and on about it. And all I was hearing from YouTube is it's a fucking broken mess, so I just ignored it. I didn't know. To date, I still haven't played it. I just never
Maybe
bothered.
if they delayed it by 3 years and then released everything when it was working, it would have been Game of the Year 2023.
Hold on. No Man's Sky lost?
I was gonna say best
Oh,
community
the
support.
Psycho Majors
No
said-
Man's Sky
No
should have
Man's
won
Sky
this.
should have
No
won it.
Man's
Biggest
Sky
support. Yeah.
only exists because of their community. Literally, like this
Yeah.
game.
Like their devs are awesome. Like they
They have
screwed
done
up hard.
so much for
but
that game.
Although the developers of No Man's Sky did announce a new game that looks like it's
Yeah.
going to be awesome.
It does look. Yeah, I know.
They
what
are
you're
good at
talking
making
about.
announcements. They are very good
Yeah.
at announcing things. Let's just
They
say
So
are.
that's how the first game. That's how No Man's Sky started. Remember No Man's Sky first trailer?
Oh,
That shit
Well, I was a
oversold
disappointed
everything.
day
But
one
the
for
thing
No
is
Man's
that
Sky.
when I was
Yeah.
hype as fuck for that game, and even I had to admit, like,
Hello
4
Games,
days
they're
in,
like politicians. They'll promise you heaven and give you hell.
Well, No Man's Sky now is actually really damn good.
it's
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
unbelievable.
yeah,
Just,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
fantastic how much that game has changed. I played it last year for quite a long time, and it
Atreus is black.
Hey, Atreus.
leaps and bounds better than it was when it came out.
We're talking about Game Awards, bro.
Oh, thank God.
Hey, bruh, still
No,
any
you're
good
still
games, bruh?
you're still in time for Doctor Who. Don't worry.
I don't know shit. I'm sorry. I don't know shit
He's
about
black
Doctor Who.
now.
I'm black. I'm black. So
Oh
He's
man.
both. There's 2. There's fucking 2 of them now.
What?
Actually, the next Doctor Who is black and gay,
Regeneration.
so it's gonna
Sorry,
be. It's gonna
spoilers
be.
for anyone who hasn't seen
gonna
it,
be
but
good.
the Doctor split.
Don't
into
worry, we're
2.
gonna get into it. All right, let's
what's
finish
the
this
next
up. So
category?
Baldur's Gate won best community support. I still think that's crazy.
Yeah.
Best independent game.
Independent
Sea of
game?
Stars. Yeah,
This one deserved
for
it.
sure.
Sea of Stars deserved this.
Sea of Stars was
Sea of
fucking
Stars was
awesome, and if you haven't
great.
played it yet, it's free on PlayStation. If you have the PlayStation shit, whatever it's called.
And
Go
it's
pick it
on
up.
Game Pass as well if you're a Game Pass user.
Best debut indie game. Cocoon. Never played it.
Never played it. I don't care.
Never played it. Don't care. Next.
Yeah.
Best
This is
mobile
a common
game.
theme.
All of them suck. So fuck it.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Great.
Honkai Star Rail. Never even heard of it. Don't care. What
That's
else?
the
Best
problem.
VR AR. Resident Evil Village. Nice.
We already know why though. It's pretty obvious.
Why boobs?
Dami
Of course.
Mommy, yeah.
You get to see them up close. Yeah. More up close than the normal screen. Come on now. We all know this.
That
Exactly.
is hilarious. Boobs win VR category. Nice.
Exactly.
Best action game. Oh hell yeah!
I've-
Armored Core.
Yep.
Fires of
Deserved.
Rubicon, baby.
I
100%.
don't know, man. Hi-Fi Rush was that crack, man.
Nah, bro. Have you played Armored Core?
You're right. I haven't played. I haven't,
crack?
I haven't
Bro,
played
Armored Core
Core.
is amazing. Armored Core is fucking badass.
Okay.
Oh man. Bro, he said it was that crack. Holy shit.
Yeah, if you haven't played it, seriously, go check it out. It's actually really easy to get into too. Next category will be best action adventure.
This
Which
is
one
what's
won?
called a one.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's true. That's
Well,
good.
let's see. Star Wars
Can we talk
Jedi
about
now.
that for a minute? Why can't
Yeah,
I?
hop on it. Go ahead.
Why can't I get into Zelda like that, man? Like
And even
It's
when-
okay, bro. It's just we
I
weren't
love
exposed
the
to that.
character. I love the character. It's just the goddamn Breath of the Wild games. I just can't. The Breath of the Wild and Tears of the King. I just can't get into it, man. That shit.
Try
is
Twilight
crazy.
Princess or Wind
Yeah,
Waker.
yeah. Go to some older Zelda games that still hold up, like Twilight Princess or Wind Waker. You'll get into them.
All right.
Don't
might-
you figure out the puzzles,
I
Atreus?
like Zelda.
Ocarina's
Don't get
aged
me wrong.
so
I
much
played some
now.
Zelda games in the past. I'm talking about the Breath of the Wild shit. Like I tried it, and man, like I just that shit was pissing me off, man.
We do need both. We do need like traditional Zelda as well.
He can't
as,
figure out the puzzles.
The puzzles are great. The
They're
the
too
dungeons were
complex for him.
better. There were a lot of things, but yeah, I can absolutely see why anybody would say and have a fair point in saying that it's changed too much and it's deviated from the actual
It's not,
Zelda
for me, it's
format.
not even the fact that it changed too much. It's about the fact that I'm in a snow area and the dude is freezing his ass off, and they're like, "Yo, you better find some chili peppers, or you're gonna fucking freeze to death." And I'm like, "No, hold on, wait a minute, y'all just
That's like right at the start.
Huh?
That's like in the first 2 hours of the game, isn't it? Like there's even a place you can get the clothing.
Well, I didn't get past it, Will of the fan. Okay, I didn't get past it.
Hold on, real quick.
Sorry, I
Guys.
didn't mean to go all get good scrub there. Sorry.
Well,
I didn't mean to get past
Movie
it.
Cynic, you gotta go, bro.
Oh,
yeah, I gotta dip out. I'm sorry to dip out early, but but I can't contribute much more to the Game Awards anyway because I am not much of a gamer. I'm a movie cynic, bro.
Not the gamer cynic.
Not the gamer cynic. No. But I did want to say too. So you said you're a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I'm a huge wrestling fan. I was just at SmackDown last night in Rhode Island. I got to see CM Punk.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was a nice treat.
CM Punk.
Yeah,
I still remember the first time I
Roman
saw.
Reigns shirts you were showing off on X.
On
Oh
what?
yeah, I wore one.
On
Roman
what? I'm
Reigns
sorry,
shirt.
on what?
One. Yeah.
On
I
X.
was showing off other.
It's X, formerly known as Twitter.
No,
Andreas. not that kind of X.
It was just calling it X. All right, can we stop with this fucking formerly known as Twitter bollocks?
Thank you, Will. It's
We'll
X
argue
now.
about
Get
that
you
after. We'll argue about that after.
It's Twitter.
Movie
X
Cynic.
sounds
fucking
so
Twitter.
goddamn boring as
Yeah,
fuck.
big time wrestling fan. Still
Stop
remember the first time I
dead-naming
saw
the
fucking
company.
Kane and Undertaker in person. I was like, wow.
How about I don't give a shit?
There's people that are that huge.
I
It's crazy.
fucking love wrestling. I was watching it like I kind of fell out of love with it in about 2016 because I was tired of Roman Reigns. But then the Bloodline happened, so I've been slowly catching up with all of that and stuff. CM Punk is, I mean, when the pipe bomb happened, everybody was like, "Wow, this guy's a fucking hero." And then when you actually see the guy on Twitter and the kind of crap that he talks about, you're like, "Oh my god." I'm so
With CM Punk, you have to
he's
separate his
such a
ideology from
woke
the
fucking
from the
asshole.
character. If you don't separate
yeah,
it, you're just gonna get pissed.
He is a fucking asshole.
But,
and a woke preachy bitch.
Cynic, if you gotta go, man, I appreciate you so much for hanging out with us tonight. It was awesome having you. If you tell the people where to find you, of course. I'm sure most follow you already, but
Yeah, just search me on YouTube, the Movie Cynic. You can also find me on Twitter, and I have an Instagram and TikTok, but I don't use them ever. Twitter and YouTube is where it's at. So.
he said good. All right, Movie Cynic, bro. Thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight, man.
See you, bro.
Always
See you,
welcome
man.
back anytime, man.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, thanks. I'll hit you up too. We are doing a B sub next week, I think. So if you have some free time around then, I'll send you an invite.
Yeah, just shoot me the time and shoot me the day. Sounds good.
Cool. All right, guys. I'll chat with you later.
All right,
See
man.
you,
Thank
Cynic.
you again.
Take care,
Take
man.
care, buddy.
Amen.
All right, let's bring back up this screen really
Yellow
quick.
lives matter.
So which games made you bust a nut faster? The announcements.
Oh, we're gonna get to that. Hold on, we're gonna get to that because we gotta do the announcements. And then
Damn,
we have to do Doctor
straightforward,
Who.
okay.
Let's finish the category. So, Legend of Zelda won Best Action Adventure. That I understand, no problem.
Okay.
Best RPG. This is where people are gonna get a little fucking
Yeah,
fight a little bit. Baldur's Gate 3, Final Fantasy 16, Lies of P, Sea of Stars, and Starfield.
Well, obviously,
Well, Sea of
Starfield,
Stars, I think it's it's a small fish in a big pond. You know, I don't think that's really gonna. I don't think that's gonna win anything.
I haven't played it, but it looks fucking good. So.
Starfield
it is
is a fat fish in a big pond.
Now, Starfield and Baldur's Gate are probably equally vast in terms of what you're capable of doing, I would imagine, right? I think Baldur's Gate, you could do a lot more in terms of specifically changing the narrative, you know? But Starfield is just as vast, right? It's a fucking Bethesda game.
You know, like Baldur's Gate 3 is like Baldur's Gate 3 winning so many of the awards is reminding me quite a bit of like I forget which Oscars it was, but it was one when the Korean movie named Parasite was nominated and won a lot of awards, and everybody, and I'm sure it was. But the thing is, like they were winning almost every single award, and at that point, I remember even I who just watched the Oscars, like, oh, okay, at the time, not anymore, but I was watching with my parents, and we all just got so fucking bored. We were like, okay, I'm sure it's a great movie, but for Christ's sakes, like. At this point, don't put anybody else. Don't even give nominations. Just give the awards all to them.
Christ or something.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, in the Game Awards they do this sometimes, you know, especially with games that like bring a ton of recognition to, I guess, the whole community of gaming. You know, they look at Baldur's Gate, and you know what's crazy is like I'm sure Baldur's Gate 3 is a good game, but for me,
I mean, it has been 23 years since Baldur's
Yeah.
Gate 2, so I guess
Exactly.
that carries a lot of weight.
Exactly. But also at the same time, everybody knew it was going to end up being good because Larian was involved, because people who played the Divinity games, they would have known that they did a pretty good job with these kinds of games. But the thing is, a player like me, I can respect the fact that this game won everything by its own merit. Great. The thing is, I will probably not play it because I am not into the whole turn-based strategy mechanics. I don't mind tactical combat games. I just don't like it when it's turn-based. That's just not my preference. But I do understand.
Hater, bigot,
I played XCOM. Wait. I did play. I tried XCOM. I tried XCOM, and to be honest, that I gave it my best shot with XCOM. But at a certain point, I was like, I just don't like the turn-based aspect. I would rather control a character or a bunch of troops and just get straight into destroying shit. I don't like to wait for my turn, you know, that sort of shit.
This category, chess, you stupid fucker.
This category,
I have played it.
I'm of the opinion that Final Fantasy's biggest mistake was ditching turn-based combat.
I played Baldur's Gate for about 5 minutes, man. That shit. I'm black, man. You know,
it's too complex for you, Atreus.
Really, Atreus? I have no idea.
Time out. With this category, this is RPG, right? Role-playing game. That's inherent to the name, right? So for me, I feel like Baldur's Gate does give you the most opportunities to role-play exactly how you want to play in the game. So I do think Baldur's Gate should have won this, even though I am a big fan of Final Fantasy 16 as a franchise, and I'm also a huge fan of Liza P. I'm telling you, that game is fucking awesome.
Liza P is awesome.
But in terms of RPG, like best RPG, Baldur's Gate by far.
I don't even know why Final Fantasy 16 is up there. That shit is trash.
All right, I'm not choosing violence today. I'm not choosing.
You're gonna get in a fight with Hypno, bro.
Not choosing violence. Moving on. Of course, best fighting. Best fighting.
It's gonna be Street Fighter
category after he just said Final Fantasy 16 is trash. Oh my god! All right, best fighting. Street Fighter 6 won, of course. As
That's
expected.
fine.
No shock there. Deserved.
Yep.
Was that game as woke as everybody said it was going to be? Because apparently you could have like a
nobody said the game was woke. The only thing is people said that the character creator was woke just because you can make a tranny. That was all.
I did a video about it like a year ago, and it still gets views.
But you've been able to create trannies for the longest time.
One of the reasons people were calling it woke was because they took Ken, like Ryu's rival, and they made him a bad dad. They made him like a broke bad dad who abandons his kid in like the lore. Which wasn't true. They didn't actually do that. It's
Ryan,
part of the sort of redemption arc thing. But
that was Leon.
Mario Brothers Wonder.
No, he said.
But everything he does is for Eliza.
I just know Ryan was about to say something.
What? What the fuck are you talking about?
Got preemptive strikes against Ryan.
Atreus seeing Klansmen when there are none, bro.
Super Mario Bros. Wonder won best family game.
Worked up.
I guess. Yeah, that would make the most sense.
Oh man.
Whatever.
Would it though?
Best sim and strategy.
Yeah, look.
Pikmin
what the fuck
4.
is that?
Really?
Better than all the other shit.
Yeah,
so,
Company of Heroes lost to this shit. Okay, great.
Are you serious? Pikmin 4 won that?
Yeah.
Pikmin 4, yeah.
City Skylines 2 didn't even work, so why the fuck is that on there? I do not know.
Because strategy games are in the fucking water.
Forza wins best sports racing. That's to be expected.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Best multiplayer. Why did Baldur's Gate win this?
Did
Baldur's Gate should not have won this one.
First off, Diablo 4 would not have been my guess is they didn't want to give it Diablo 4 because Diablo 4, let's be honest, sure, it had a good surge like any Blizzard game at the very beginning. But let's be honest, bro. When people got to that end game and they saw how jacked up that was, and the Blizzard was out for their pockets instead of giving them a good time like they were promised, people just couldn't stand Diablo
Why isn't
4.
Fortnite in there?
Huh?
Why is Baldur's Gate the winner here? I don't
know. I'm looking it up right now.
I would think Fortnite would be the winner of that.
Yeah, right. That's what I was thinking too.
It's one of the most popular games.
That's really strange. Really strange. But whatever.
Let's see.
Best adaptation. The Last of Us.
Oh my God.
No shit.
Bullshit.
No,
more like
no
The fact
fucking
that the
shit.
Super
That's not
Mario
even a
Bros. movie
game.
Didn't win this.
The
No,
Last
like-
of Us over Super Mario Bros. Movie.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, fuck
these
off.
awards.
Yeah,
Fuck
yeah, great.
off.
The fact that
The
Twisted
last
Metal is
one.
even on
Bullshit.
here. is-
Hypno,
wow.
go back to the multiplayer. This is stupid. So
Who the
the only
fuck
reason
did
they
Neil
Gran,
Druckmann-
Gran Turismo should have won that.
Yeah, so
Who
the only
that-
reason Baldur's
what? No
Gate
way.
was even
Mario.
qualified for multiplayer is because they have like 2 to 4 player co-op mode. That does not constitute for like full-on multiplayer like the category states. That's just a mode in a single player dominant game. Whereas Diablo
guess.
4 is multiplayer focused. So what the fuck? Never
How
mind.
did the I
Go
still
on.
can't get over how The Last of Us beat Super Mario, but I guess
I don't
That's
know either.
outrageous.
Let's
That's
just
most anticipated
You got to show
game.
that people
Final Fantasy.
sort of liked versus
Why
a movie
is
that made
Black
really
Myth Sun Wukong not in here? Can I ask that?
Let's
Why
be
is-
real, Dragon. Most
literally
people
the
don't
first
give
time
a
I've heard
fuck
about
about it. That is a niche game. It's gonna be an
Yeah,
awesome
that's
game.
not-
That's a niche
That's
game.
not most anticipated.
Yeah.
Oh well, I mean,
Hades 2 I can understand because that was actually a pretty big game. The first one, Hades 1 is
Yeah,
big.
the first
Word of
one blew
mouth.
up.
Word of mouth carried that game.
Hades
I
was
don't
that
think there's
crack,
any.
man.
I don't think there's any controversy here at all. Of course, the next Final
and
Fantasy.
he's
VII
black. He
remake
would
is
know
going
all
to
about
win.
that crack.
Why is a
There's-
black man obsessed with white things?
Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth. I think that's pretty.
It's a no-brainer.
Yeah,
That one is
that's-
obviously going to
Yeah.
be.
Obvious
It's, even if you disagree, the overwhelming majority of people.
Content
obviously
creator
are
of the
gonna-
year. Oh,
I didn't know
great.
any of these motherfuckers
Me.
except
It's a
Iron Mouse.
VTuber.
Don't
I
really
have never heard of
VTuber,
any of them.
course.
I like Iron Mouse just fine, but it's the only one I
Rainbow
recognize.
Six. Oh, Valorant.
Valorant best
That's-
esports
okay.
game. I guess so, but
I
really,
guess so. Yeah.
is
Fair
it
enough.
bigger than
Yeah.
Counter Strike these days now?
I guess
Why
so.
not?
Yeah.
I feel like Counter Strike should have won.
I think
I
Counter-Strike
should
should've
do
won.
a content creator of the year awards on reality based.
We were just giving you ideas. Best
Hmm.
esports athlete. Oh yeah, Lee Faker.
Oh yeah. He's from, yeah,
Who?
that's- yeah, fair enough. He's a very well known guy from League
No,
of
he's
Legends.
very well known. League of
He's
Legends.
very well known. So yeah, it's
Very
fine.
Chinese.
Yes. No,
Best esports
fucking
Never heard
Korean.
of him.
JD
Best.
Gaming. Okay, next. Don't care
I
about
know a
any
lot
of
of
this stuff.
Koreans
Can we
in
go
that
back to the video
category.
games? Oh, that's it. That's all the categories.
That's it. Yeah, like at least 5 categories have nothing to do with.
That
like,
was so lame. I am
That was
sorry.
lame.
It,
That
it
is-
was very lame because the lineup was not that. Like the lineup was. There was a few good, impressive ones in the lineup, but most of them were like meh
them were
or I
overshadowed.
don't care.
N-
You know.
honestly, nothing's impressed me since Ghost of Tsushima. I haven't
Fair
played
anythh.
anything.
We
but
need to get to
I-
Doctor Who.
Have you played the
but
Dead
I
Space
want to
Hogwarts
go.
Legacy? Ghost of Tsushima was a rare fucking breed, though.
I
That was a
mean,
great,
Oh, that's
great
we can
so
keep
good.
talking about.
No, before we
The
go
Dead
to
Space
Doctor Who, I
remake
want to.
deserves a lot of love. I don't understand how they didn't get nominated for anything.
I don't know either. It's weird,
like
especially since
Politics,
Resident Evil 4 got
baby.
nominated. But
Politics.
you know, at this point, I just play
Pandering,
like
pandering.
really good indie games with a lot of potential, and they seem to be just paying off really well. Like Last Epoch, that game will win awards eventually when it releases the 1.0 version in a couple months. Because
Full
to
Guys
be honest,
forever. Full
Yeah.
Guys forever. There we
hey,
go.
Last Epoch is better than Diablo 4 by 200,000 fucking miles. I'm sorry. I will die on that hill.
before we get into Doctor Who, what games are you guys most excited about in terms of like when they announced?
Grand.
There are two things they announced that are going to be just the best of all time, and that's one, the return to Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 4, Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, and the Sega Remake Collection. You're
There
telling
you
me we're getting remade Jet Set Radio and Crazy Taxi? Sign me the fuck up.
They're actually
agree with
doing Budokai Tenkaichi 4. Fuck, I didn't even know
They're
that.
calling it Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball Sparking Zero, but they've announced it as Tenkaichi 4. Yeah,
Why
so they're
would they
changing
do
the
that?
name, but it's the next Tenkaichi. game.
Yeah, I'm seeing
What
that.
kind of marketing is that? Why the fuck would you name it that?
Budokai
I don't
Tenkaichi
know.
4?
No, the sparking.
So they announced it a few months ago as Tenkaichi 4, and then they've re-announced it they've renamed it to Sparking Zero. Either way, bro.
I mean,
No, that's gonna fuck with the sales because
I agree. I agree.
There are literal normies who don't fucking know that it's the new Budokai Tenkaichi who grew up playing that shit.
Yep.
They're not playing fighters. They're not playing
I prefer
whatever
the
that
original
Goku,
Budokais.
that Goku game was.
I prefer the original Budokais
That-
as well, but
Yeah,
still,
yeah,
the
I mean,
nostalgia to me
it's
is
like you got Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. Why would we like? I suppose you could play as more
Look,
characters. right?
Sega ain't perfect, but it's getting there. Atreus.
I mean, I love the
Fair
Budokai
enough.
games. I fucking own them all. But do we need a Tenkaichi 4?
Honestly,
now's
there's
the
nothing,
Dr. Black.
there's
I
nothing
mean,
out there
Doctor
that's
Who.
attractive.
This isn't movies where we kind of like, we don't want them to fuck up. No, we like, and I was arguing with actual Leona about this. He's saying we don't need.
God, you changed his
Damn.
name.
Like we don't
You
like
changed
with
his
games
name.
because games take so long to fucking make. I'll take anything that you're willing to try. I mean, if it sucks, it sucks. I just won't buy it. But like with movies, they take about 2 years to make. I don't want you fucking up some classic shit. But when it comes to Budokai, first of all, Dragon Ball got a good track record. Bandai Namco got a good track record. So I'm not really worried about them fucking that up. They've been on a roll recently, and so I know me and Leon was going back and forth about whether or not they should remake Knights of the Old Republic, and he was saying, yeah, just leave it alone. And I'm like, well, I do want to see it at least remastered because I want to play it again. I can't play that shit now. I'm sorry.
Yeah, remaster, I'm okay with. When I say remake, when I say it shouldn't be remade, what I mean is because a ground up remake like what they did with the Resident Evil games, Disney would be in full control. And I don't. If they want to remaster it, give it HD, give some quality of life control stuff, I'm all right with that. I don't want a ground up remake.
You don't want a retcon. That's what you're basically trying. You don't want Disney to gain that control. They
the game
retcon
would
shit.
stay exactly the same, but give us like story wise, but give us new graphics. I'd be down with that, but I don't trust Disney to do that.
Yeah,
No.
I don't know, bro. Because the thing is like, man, because if they try to retcon Knights of the Old Republic, I don't know if that'll ever happen. But going off of what you're saying, like if they tried to retcon Knights of the Old Republic, that would mean that everything from like that Star Wars The Old Republic game, like lore base, would also be automatically retcon. And that would just give them a platform to create like a whole new sea of retcon manure. Let's just put it that way, where you don't know what the heck they're thinking these days. Because I don't know, but Disney Star Wars lately has just been a whole bag of tricks trying to figure out what are they even thinking in the writers'
This is what
room.
I'll say about that. I think Disney is completely disconnected. When I say completely disconnected, I don't literally mean it. I mean, like, I think they want nothing to do with video games. They just want a license, and they truly
don't know.
Truly don't.
They'll give it to EA, the fuckers, and they'll make it worse. No. They'll give it to
with
EA.
the comics.
Yeah, they'll give it to EA, and EA will put 200,000 different microtransaction options for every single action you need to do in the game, just to swindle at least $200 out of you before you just give up.
They did do good with the recent Jedi Fallen Order and Jedi.
But that's a few wins though. In the past, that only happened because in the past people were getting mad at them because they were saying, "Oh, nobody wants single player games anymore."
But that
It's
was
all
under old
multiplayer live
management.
services."
Remember, EA has a
Yeah.
new CEO, and they've been low key
look.
rebuilding their image. Because when was the last time we had an EA debacle?
What the hell was that sound? No, you're right. You're right. Look, maybe I'll see how
I mean,
it goes.
they've
You might
been
be right.
one big debacle for so long that like a couple of quiet
Look,
years.
I am willing to
washed
give
that
this a
away.
shot, Atreus. Okay, if they come out with bangers for Star Wars in the games section,
But wait a minute, I
great.
didn't say all that. Hold up.
No, I'm hoping that's the case. I'm hoping that ends up being the case eventually. And no, not that kind of banger, you fuck. No, pay attention now.
I thought
Don't make
Star
it worse,
Wars
Coach.
died.
Well, my
Like Doctor
favorite
Who. I
announcement.
thought Doctor Who died, and now it's come out of its fucking grave.
Don't worry, Ryan.
Hold on, Ryan. I want to hear from
Ryan,
Ryan. Hold that thought. I want to hear from somebody who can afford video games. What was that hit now?
I do afford video games, you son of a bitch.
Bro, I showed you a game with like a double pack that was selling for like under $25, and you were like, "Oh, I don't know if I should buy it, man."
Online banking,
Depends
you
on the
twat.
game.
It's on
Wow, I
fucking
was not expecting
Steam,
that.
and I
That
told
was
you
great.
that was on PlayStation.
Shove your Steam card up your fucking ass, Dragon. I am not going to the next tower over to get a fucking Steam card.
You can download the Steam app.
I
So
don't
I'm
have a
actually-
phone.
Shit with your
I'm
credit
actually
card.
most
I
interested.
download on a phone
I thought
like this.
the Blade
Yeah,
announcement was cool.
Doctor Who,
I
I
thought
like.
Blade.
Games on your phone.
Blade by
Let him talk. Let him talk.
Blade is gonna be cool. I'm actually interested to see what they do with Blade.
yeah. Really?
Can I complain though?
No, the Blade
I
game.
hope
There's a
they
game.
don't fuck it up, but
The
I'm
other
actually
day, I watched the
I'm
video.
pretty interested in Blade. All the remakes by Sega I think are pretty cool. Shinobi, Crazy Taxi, Jet Set Radio especially. I think it's pretty fucking cool as well.
Bethesda's
Light
involved.
No Fire looked really good from Hello Games. I'm actually interested to see what they do with that. But again, I'm very cautious with Hello Games because that first trailer with No Man's Sky was amazing, and they just completely dropped the ball. Will they learn? I don't know, but they're very small. They're a very small studio, dude. So they're open to a lot of mistakes. And also the final. What? No.
Do you remember that meme where they were showing the No Man's Sky with the Jurassic Park music playing in the background?
Yes.
Trailer, and then it switched to what they released. Oh my god, I gotta find that meme again.
It was terrible.
Did they use did they use the melodica version?
That
where
was
it's
such
like
a massive disappointment.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna find
I fucking love that shit.
And then it made it even worse too that so one of their big things was like, oh, it's gonna take someone years before they get to the middle, like the center of the universe.
Two people found
And then somebody did it in like 40 minutes. Like and they released the video online, and the guy who's in charge of the game, he had to comment on it. He was like, well, it was just great. It was great. It was just really bad for them.
Man.
Also too, the two. I think it's curious that they're releasing 2 expansion packs for Final Fantasy 16. I don't know if they're back to back, but they announced 2 expansion packs for 16, so I think that's going to be pretty cool as well. But other than that, that's really all I'm excited for.
By the way,
Ryan, we know is excited for nothing. He can't afford it. What else?
I put it. I like what I saw from Hellblade, but I put the video in the chat. Hip, if you want to play it. If not, I understand.
If I ever have a budget, if I ever get a budget or a financial backer, you're all fucked. That's all I'm saying.
That will most likely be me.
Imagine what state he must be in if only one single financial backer will change his life.
Financial backer.
Watch this.
To Jurassic Park.
Wait. This is gonna be good.
I remember this.
What the fuck is that thing?
Oh my god! Oh, bro, that is so bad,
legs
man.
properly.
Wow, and you know what's crazy? They did
doesn't
fix the game. Like the game is
They did.
actually good now. But the thing is,
Oh my
this
god.
is true. Look at this, man. Like this was their
What is
trailer,
this?
bro.
It was
This
pretty
was their
fucked up.
trailer. Imagine watching this
Wow.
and getting the second version. It's like, wow.
I did. I watched all that. and I
counterfeit
bought the
version.
game on
Amazing.
release. I was
That-
one of those guys who got the fucking game and like
That
pre-ordered
first,
it. And
that
everything.
trailer, that 2014 trailer, looked
Yeah,
like
bro.
what No Man's Sky became in like 2019.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
actually it's much
I
closer
can't-
to that now. Yeah.
I cannot judge you, No Man's Sky fans, though, because I played Anthem for 300 hours. So
You fucking
Where did you
bastard.
find the 298 hours to play?
How did you even play that?
Womp
That
womp.
game died out faster than like.
Wait.
I was
going
getting,
300
I was
what?
on internet with all the cope. I was like, yeah, they're
Bro.
gonna fix it.
You were the
Atreus,
epicenter of hope.
Expansions.
Don't,
Atreus,
don't put
you
your faith
hung
in
on
to-
BioWare,
accounts.
Atreus.
I made
Don't.
burner accounts to make it look like they had fans that they didn't have.
Atreus,
Jesus
bro,
Christ,
that
man,
game
you just
died
outed
faster
yourself.
than like someone with like terminally ill cancer. Like, holy shit.
That was bad. Let me go through
That-
the
like,
last
that game
couple
died
statistics,
quick.
and then we're
Slow
gonna
death.
let's talk about Doctor Who really quick to close it out.
Yeah, sure.
We got
The whole
Simon
thing's
as a hoe for
completely fucked.
5 says Doctor Who destroyed Tennant to punish fans for the failure of the female Doctor Who. Davros is Despicable Me. Wilfred Mott is in a wheelchair, so he's evil. Thank you,
Yeah.
Simon as a
Oh,
hoe. I
man.
appreciate it. We're gonna
Man.
talk about it. Don't worry. Kyoko Fulgarian for 2 says Genshin Impact should have won best ongoing. Honestly, I don't know about that. I feel like there's other games that have been out longer and are more successful, but I mean, Genshin is definitely a long-standing game, so at least it being nominated definitely makes sense in my opinion. Simon is a hoe for 2 says Disney fights back. Tranzilla versus Megasaur Az. Oh, nice.
And his
Megasaur.
superpower is fucking pronouns.
Okay,
Megasaur.
pretty.
That is great.
Oh Lord.
All right, man. Let's talk about Doctor fucking Who. Let's talk about what's going on with Doctor Who. So the latest episode, has come out, and the clips that are going around all over Twitter are hilarious because obviously we already knew from the jump before the special even came out. We already knew they were going to make the new Doctor black, right? We already knew that was going to be a thing.
Black, non-binary.
But it's the way that they introduced his character is what's getting people going crazy, right? So the Doctor, from my understanding, because again, I'm not a Doctor Who fan, I made it very clear, but the Doctor reincarnates himself as a new version, right?
Regenerates.
Every time he comes back, he regenerates.
Whenever he gets killed, gets dealt a fatal injury, the regeneration happens, so he turns into a completely different person on a genetic level, supposedly. Anyway, and originally had absolutely no control over it whatsoever.
Now apparently with this latest.
So after we go through this little bit of this article, I sent a link into the private chat. I want you to pull up just to kind of discuss the ratings and how badly, because people are coping about the ratings. So I pulled up the ratings for the 2022 to 2023 year to show how bad this show is actually doing. If you want to, when we're done, pull those up for reference.
Okay, I could definitely do that. So a lot of people are going crazy over this episode because apparently they completely changed what's like how the next Doctor's introduced. Now apparently he splits. So instead of reincarnating or regenerating, this Black Doctor splits from David Tennant's Doctor and becomes his own.
Still alive,
he becomes his own thing.
Reproduces via budding now.
So basically, he fucking mitosis.
He's a plant.
He's
a fucking plant. Is that
it? So he gets pulled out of heaven, basically.
Yeah, it says
so awful.
This regeneration is called the Doctor split in two.
Fucking Deus Ex Machina that you could fucking ever have. They just sort of bunk the TARDIS and it turns into two TARDISes. So now there are two Doctors, so that Tennant can have his own fucking show, basically.
So is it about Tennant having his own show, or is it about I don't know?
Well, it's an option now, isn't it? I mean, why in the world would they let David Tennant's Doctor survive?
Oh, that would be so funny.
Tennant's Doctor is supposed to be taking a sideline now. This is kind of, it says with the crisis averted, the Toymaker vanquished. Gatwa's 15th Doctor resumed his travels across space and time, but for Tennant's 14th, another fate lay in store.
Yeah, he went and had lunch with like the nobles or something, and and he but I mean he has a TARDIS, so it's basically a back door. It's a way for RTD to basically.
Well, we know this Doctor takes
if this falls on its ass. Yeah, if this falls on its ass, then he can still have David Tennant with another TARDIS and make a spin-off because he loves doing that. He made.
So you're saying. So this Doctor Who is a botanical time lord, is what you're telling me.
It doesn't make any fucking sense anyway. I mean,
this is why
the fact that regeneration happens,
this is why series sometimes must die at a certain point or end, because we need sometimes look. This Doctor Who is going down the road that Supernatural went to, where they just went way far when it should have ended at a certain point.
I mean, the thing in Doctor Who is that it could go on forever.
That is my rings of power. Supernatural is my rings of power. Don't bring it up. I'm going to turn into you.
If they'd never done the Jodie thing and they'd never made the Doctor into a woman and they'd never done any of that, the show would probably still be going strong, right? It would probably still be Peter Capaldi, in fact, because he said he would happily play the Doctor for the rest of his fucking life. And then it was obvious that he was forced out when they decided, it's got to be a woman. Chris Chibnall's taking over. He wants a woman Doctor. We're going to do a woman Doctor. And they fucking tanked the whole show. And then, of course, there's this desperate attempt to try and claw back some prestige that was destroyed by that run. So they got Tennant back to try and lure people in. And then they've done a split now so that Tennant's Doctor is still alive and can just live forever. But oh my fucking god, it's like, okay, you've gone woke, you've gone feminist, you've ruined the show, you've destroyed the origin of the character, you've fucked with the lore, you've done absolutely everything you could possibly do to kill this show, and then finally you've made it jump the shark.
It absolutely makes no sense.
It's professional self-deletion. Let's just put it that way.
Maybe they did that so that they can't claim that.
Honestly,
the Doctor got race swapped.
Some people never got over David Tennant regenerating. I was one of them, actually.
if you didn't say this was Doctor Who, I would have thought you were talking about Star Wars. So,
yeah, I mean, I thought
I-
maybe that this was a fucking hoax and that they were actually showing a scene from Sex Education.
I thought you were pulling up a photo
I
of that
thought it was-
Florida gay club shooting.
I
before the
seriously
shooting
thought it was like I thought it was a fucking meme that
Yeah.
like, someone had taken a shot
No, this is real.
of another show that
Yeah.
he was in. And put
It's
Doctor Who
Dr.
on.
Atreus is
But
what
it's
it is.
actually the fucking
Oh no,
Doctor.
bro, come on.
But maybe they made them split so that you can't accuse them of race swapping the Doctor because this
Who
is the
cares?
first
They're
Black
both
Doctor,
gay
right?
now. Tennant's
Yeah.
Doctor's gay
Right,
now.
the
anyway,
white
so
Doctor's gay. Maybe they split them so that eventually you can have a relationship between the white
Yeah, it's just a
Doctor
Doctor
and
Who.
the Black Doctor.
But
Now
it
we're
also,
starting to give them content.
it also destroys something else that was unique to Doctor Who, which was that every now and then, whenever a ridiculously special occasion would come up, like the 50th anniversary or something like that, you could have two still alive actors playing the Doctor at the same time. Like they did it with the 50th anniversary when David Tennant's Doctor and Matt Smith's Doctor's like timelines accidentally crossed because they're time
Right.
travelers, and they ended up teaming up with another Doctor that we didn't know actually existed between the two versions of the series, the old and the new.
Right.
And they all fought together to basically tie a bow around the major overarching storyline that had been happening since the show came back. And it was fucking fantastic because only in Doctor Who could you have a guy meet himself and you know, an earlier version of himself and hang out with him.
I don't know, man.
compare
Ryan's
notes.
never had a girlfriend. I'm sure he's met himself plenty of times. So I wouldn't say that's
Okay. But the thing is that it was a spectacular fucking occasion when that happened. It was a really big deal for the show. It was like stop everything and go watch kind of TV.
It was peak
now.
Doctor Who.
Now
It
you
was
can
peak
do it.
Doctor Who.
You can do it anytime you fucking want. now.
One second. No, I think I sent you the wrong link. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah,
Let me
this
fix
is
that.
like for sports. You might
Now
want
you
to.
can just have David Tennant
that
show
was
up
the right
at
one.
any fucking time.
That was
Anytime
right.
you
If you
want.
scroll down, it gives you a list. There's a list of all the ratings
In the
And,
span
yeah,
of-
right here. So
in the
the
span of-
Doctor Who specials got 4.8 million views. So look
That's
at
awful.
all this shit that's ahead of it. People are watching Young Sheldon at more than twice the rate of Doctor
Chicago
Who.
Med.
Not the voice, bro. They're
Like, it gives you more pages. You can hit next. So if you hit go to
Where the
page
fuck is
2.
Doctor Who?
Yep, keep scrolling. It's not there. So now,
Holy
Grant,
shit.
this
Are
is
we
last
getting
year's
there?
numbers. This is last. I'm just using this as a frame of reference. So it would be right in the here we go at 47 where Big Sky is. That is where Doctor Who would be sitting right now comparatively. More people are watching the Connors without Roseanne than the new Doctor Who.
Oh
Going off
my
these numbers.
god!
Well, in the
More
in the
people
span of
watching
20
Magnum
years,
PI, and that's
ladies and
old as
gentlemen,
fudge.
in the span of 20 years, Doctor Who has gone from nowhere to everywhere to nowhere on a
Yeah.
span of a 10-year trajectory.
Pretty
And peak Doctor Who was in that period,
It
2012,
was
2013.
It was 2009, 10, sort of when David Tennant's Doctor was pulling in like 12 million or something crazy.
Well,
high
that would have it near the top of that list. That because
Yeah.
obviously Monday Night Football makes sense. 18 million viewers, like that's kind of except. But in terms of the other shows, that's about where the top ones were sitting, if I remember correctly. Yeah. Right now, the second place show is Monday Night Football. So you got Sunday then Monday. So third place is NCIS with 9.86 million.
That's still
viewers.
on.
So,
Oh my god.
So
It's still
Doctor
going,
Who in its glory days would have had the number 3 spot right behind football. Now it's at 47th by comparison.
That's
Yeah,
fucking ridiculous.
because
They're really
That's
calling
absolutely
this by
ridiculous.
generation.
I mean,
Ugh.
yeah. I mean, it's never gonna come back to what it is. It's a convoluted mess now. It's,
I mean,
it's
there
complete-
was a period though, Will, and I think you'd agree with this, between like 2018 to about 2022, when Doctor Who had dried up so much that channels talking about Doctor Who were losing. They were bleeding out. They were losing.
I mean, Doctor
subscribers.
Who was literally my red pill. Like it snapped me out of. I watched one episode of season 11 and I was like, what the fuck is this? Everything about this is wrong. And then I stayed up all night, like looking for other people who agreed with me. And that's literally how I ended up sitting here talking to you fine people some years later.
Soap Dodger says 16 million for the Christmas special in the UK in 2007. Almost as many people watched the Christmas special as they did literally fucking Sunday Night Football. Now, for anyone who's watching this, it's not in America. You gotta understand that is insane.
That's a lie.
That is
70 million people.
Numbers. I don't even like Doctor Who, and I
that was the Kylie Minogue
one.
one. That was Voyage of the Damned, which was right after the 3rd season of Doctor Who, I think, which was with David Tennant and the Master. So yeah, I completely see how that would be the most viewed episode. It was fucking phenomenal too. It was really good. It's totally silly but brilliant.
Had Kylie Minogue in it.
The BBC,
it had Kylie Minogue.
Maybe it wasn't the BBC. Maybe it was, but there was some UK outlet, some big UK outlet that was literally trying to justify why the 4.8 million numbers were good numbers.
No, for Doctor Who, that's
here are saying it was getting 16 million on a Christmas special, sitting around 12 million in the OG David Tennant arc. You cannot convince me that 4.8 million in the ratings are good numbers, especially because the first episode of the special was at 5.5 million. So that first special pissed people off so much it lost almost 1 million viewers. Bruh, Doctor Who is fucking dead. Sucks to suck.
Look, let me tell you something.
Dead. It will
been
never
dead
be able
for
to come
5
back.
years. We shouldn't
That's
be
the
bringing
thing.
it back to life.
At this point, it's died.
supernatural,
it
bro.
definitely
Like-
died in about 2018, 2019. Certainly with the Timeless Children, where they retconned the origin of the Doctor so that the William Hartnell wasn't the original Doctor. It was thousands and thousands before that, originating with a mysterious little black girl.
Yeah.
And Supernatural isn't even a good comparison to the Dragon Slayer, because Supernatural, while the quality obviously sucked for longtime viewers, the numbers were going up for whatever reason. More people were watching it despite the dip in quality. Doctor Who, you're seeing not only a dip in quality, but also a dip in the ratings. Yet they're still trying to say it's a success.
How did it last
this is
so
absurd.
stinking long? That's the question for Supernatural anyway, Leon. I don't know how that show lasted so goddamn long. But look, with Doctor Who, here's all I'm gonna say, man. Doctor Who now, he just gives free colonoscopies to any willing man. So, you know, and every time we have an issue, he's gonna go out in the club. He's gonna hit it hard, drink a lot.
Medical doctor.
They're gonna make him out with like a very emotional arc, but then they're gonna expect you to think he's like this. He's all powerful being, Time Lord, whatever. And they do this all the stinking time in a lot of freaking new shows that they do, like on Netflix or like, you know, TV show specific ones where they think, oh, this is gonna be such a massive hit. We're gonna do this 180 where the character we're gonna make people believe they're straight, or that they do this, or that they are this orientation, or they do these things, they have these values, and then we're just going to do this 180 near the end and tell you, nope, it's not that way. Screw you, and you better
Brian
accept it
Johnson,
because that's how it is. Yeah,
whatever the fuck his name is.
You're definitely gonna have a lot more gay shit probably on Doctor Who.
Dude, I was watching.
I mean,
was
it's
watching
already super gay. So
no, but the thing is, like, to give
I've
you an
always thought
example,
Doctor Who was super gay, so this just proves me right.
Yeah, well, I guess so.
It was pretty
Holy shit.
badass, actually.
I'm fucking with you, Will.
Yeah, no, I mean, in its day, I mean, I was late to the party anyway. I had a friend who'd been a fan since he was like born, and he told me, like, oh, you got to watch Doctor Who, you got to watch Doctor Who. And I was like, yeah. And then one day he actually fucking forced me to watch an episode in college as part of a, like, we were sharing what we watch.
No, I know I would probably like older Doctor Who if I got
and
into
it was so fucking good. I then watched.
It's so fun to fuck with Doctor Who fans to talk about how much I hate the show. So
I watched it.
Oh,
all
fuck
in a
you,
weekend.
words. Let's wrap up.
I watched it all like in about the space of a minute. It was fucking amazing. I got so into it, and then when they killed it.
I've never been a Doctor Who fan, and I'm never going to be now, guaranteed. So
you can still watch the modern series 1 through like 8.
I mean, that's great. That's great.
I
That's
did
good.
Matt
But
Smith at Comic-Con in like 2016 or 2017. He was a super nice guy. So there's that. I've never seen an episode of Doctor Who in my life, but Matt Smith was a nice guy when I met him.
I used to work in charity events, so I ended up meeting all of these people. But yeah, Matt Smith's sound as a pound.
yeah,
maybe
you
one
look-
day. Maybe one day.
One day, because like honestly, what annoys me with all of these like shows is that they just, when they make a character like gay, bisexual, or whatever, they like overblow them and make them so obnoxiously annoying. Like everything is defined by their gayness, basically by who they like to screw. And I'm just like, dude, you're a fucking like person with superpowers or whatever, right? Can you maybe base off your character off of that and your values rather than who you like to screw? But no, the show's always so annoying.
It's got to be
At a
about
certain
gay.
point.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen. Saturday Night Hypnosis episode number 68 is coming to an end. It was an awesome episode. It was great having the movie Cynic on, man. It was so much fun. Let's do our outros right now, starting off with good old Will of the Fans. Take it away, my friend.
Hello. It's been good to be back, actually, with a little consistency at this point, rather than just popping up randomly. That is my goal, to remain consistently criticizing things that have been destroyed and sacrificed on the altar of wokeness, agenda, identity politics. All of our entertainment has been under attack in a massive psyop to try and undermine human civilization for several years now, and I stand and fight back, calling out bullshit wherever I see it, in the nicest sometimes and less nice sometimes possible ways. So please come over and have a look at my channel if you would like to see more of that. Thank you very much.
There you go. And our local Klansman, Ryan Roger Athlete, take it away.
Well, it was great to be on the 68th episode of Saturday Night Hypnosis. Hopefully, I'll be on for episode 69. It's always a great time having great talks with fine folks.
Only people
and
that have
fellow
actually
creators.
69 are allowed to be on episode 69.
No, that's disgusting words.
I mean, there's going to be so many jokes next week.
I know.
Oh, yeah. The
I know.
puns are going to be insane.
But you can check me out at Ryan Roger Athe. That's the name of my channel, as well as my own name. I'm the bloopers. All these bloopers today. It's Atreus. He's scaring me. I'm the host and founder of Reality Based. I have had a growth spurt as of late, and hopefully, as I grow, Atreus bleeds out both. Well, you know, bleeds out. There we go. But yeah, you can find me everywhere: YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, not TikTok. I may look Chinese, but I don't like their sites. But yeah.
I feel like he's running out of ways to be racist after so long on the show, so he's just starting to string words together and hope something racist comes out.
He is. He's running out of ideas.
It's a very nice coalition we've built of blacks, of trannies, of Filipino fuckers, of Germans, Persians, Latinos. It's like an international alliance against globalism. Which
I don't fuck men. They're Filipina. Okay.
All right, we got the coach MC, man, the Oracle. Take it away.
It was fantastic being here. Thank you so much for this great opportunity to channel our frustration, our anger, and our being upset into a creative, thriving, controversial discussion with like-minded people where we can explore the boundaries of our opinions and what our taste is and what our take is, and of course contributing with these discussions and trying to make This Is a Trey's beautiful word of the week, trying to make this culture a bit richer, a bit more alive, and a bit more, just try to stand out and not to be mediocre, not to be part of a conformistic soup that just, dwarfs and barks and just tells the same stories over and over again. No, we won't dwarf. We will monster up. We will gear up to be natural giants, to grow up to the occasion and fill up, big shoes, because we have this mission in life. Somehow we feel this idealism, and this is how passionate we are for it. And imagine what we're capable to do if we put this passion to work every day of our life to achieve our goals. So if you like to do that, come over to the Coach MC studio. Try to see what you can do with my acting tips, with my mindset tips, career strategy tips, how to implement them, and how to fight for your culture as well, and to make your product richer and more impactful and more remarkable, because I bet it will, right? So subscribe to the channel, subscribe to all these great lords and lads and beautiful people, because their channels will always entertain you and inform you at the same time. Thank you so much, Hypno, for making this group therapy session happen for the 68th time. I can't wait for it. Ding, the magic 69. So see you next Saturday and have fun till then.
Ding, ding.
Awesome, man.
Atreus, I've just noticed you've changed your T-shirt and it looks like cock and balls.
That's the Majin Buu logo.
Now I
That's
can't.
the Majin Buu symbol. That's the Majin logo.
He wouldn't know because he hasn't been able to afford a TV.
Whose cock has a beak?
So It's quite unfortunate.
Where have you ever
Like,
seen a
Reyes
cock
was
with
the
a
one
point?
stealing shit when the TV behind him he clearly stole from a thrift store in 1999.
No.
He literally, Ryan literally has like an old style
I
phone. It's
grew
not even a
up with
flip
this
phone.
fucking
Is that
television.
CRT? It's CRT TV.
I'm surprised you grew. I can see that you haven't been able to afford one since. So you've been running on one since you've been born. It's okay.
Oh my god!
It's all right. On that note, Atreus,
Picture a little kid
whose
Ryan now.
Zelda portrait is more expensive than Ryan's TV. Take it away.
Yo,
Believe this.
Represent.
I'm supposed to be the
Represent.
professional shit talker here, and these guys, like, yo, between Hypnotic and Leona, man, y'all are snipers, dog. This shit is funny. Yo,
They vicious.
my name is Atreus. Again, I'm a professional shit talker. You know what I'm saying? Go over my channel. We don't report the news anymore. We just roast niggas for it. Yeah, that's all. I mean, that's pretty much all we do. You know, we talk our shit. We do our thing. I just say, everybody, spread peace and love while you're out there in the world. Because when you come over here, ain't no peace and love here. Because we don't spare nobody. You feel? We don't spare nobody. Everybody's getting roasted over here. So just have your fun and subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? We on Kick. We're on YouTube. I'm trying to stream more, man, because this whole doing 2 streams a week is not killing it for me. It's not getting. I got more I need to say, and then I gotta wait for Thursday and Friday.
Make some legit videos, bro. Don't just clip your streams. Make some vids.
Yeah.
That's just hard, man. I work 80 hours a
He
week.
doesn't know how to.
This is hard. I ain't gonna
Bro,
lie. I be
he
wanting
has
to-
editing software. You cannot afford editing software.
Clip
It's
tries.
kind of hard
for
to
you.
condense yourself down for 10
Record
minutes.
shit
or
out,
less.
edit for you. I'll do it for free. I just want to see you grow, bro.
Atreus
Apparently he
hasn't
has more
said the
time.
N word once
Yeah,
during the
Did you
show.
not hear what I just said? Did
You
you
just
not
said
hear
it
what
like 2 seconds ago.
I said
Just
it at
said
least 4 or 5 times in that little.
What
Like,
was
what?
that,
Yeah.
Atreus? I can't
I
hear
think-
you over your lack of civil rights.
I think your hood is stuck in
I have a dream.
Oh my god.
Every
I was
African American will be
about to
free.
say, I think your
Where
hood
the
is
fuck
stuck in
are
your
you
ears.
from?
I think your hood is stuck in your ears, but I ain't gonna lie, that was
I have a dream.
Bro, talking
Christ.
like, oh man,
Segregation.
bro,
Oh,
talking
man.
like he came straight from
Segregation
fucking
tomorrow.
Jackson, Mississippi.
At the
like,
end of the day,
fucking
Ryan still
Delta.
has to live with the fact that he's poorer than the average Black American,
Segregation forever.
and that's
Oh,
pretty damn poor.
shit.
So
Oh,
it
God.
sucks. Actually, he's poorer than the average Black population in general.
all right,
And
nigga,
yet I'm still superior to them.
Hold on. Hold on, wait.
You
now.
compromising Atreus over here.
It's fucking
You
unbelievable.
throwing both of us under the bus at the same time.
Outro. It's
What a
outro.
typical Black ally using them for
Well, for
convenience
Ryan,
when the
for
time
Ryan
comes
being
calling,
under the
throw
bus
'em
is
away.
better than being in the back of the bus because he feels that is where Black belongs.
Bro, this roasting, goddamn.
Wow.
On that
What
note,
are we
Jack's
doing?
clear commentary.
Nice.
Take
We're
it
in
away,
the
sir.
outros. Oh Lord, man, we're in the outros and we're already roasting the shit out of Ryan. Okay, well, to keep this moving, guys, it was an awesome night. You know, it was just every single Saturday we come over here, we shit talk. Leona has an outburst, but you know what? It doesn't matter. We're here to entertain, but also get our points across. And I don't know what the fuck. Oh my god, fuck! I don't even. Yeah, he's probably trying to blind you. His face is so goddamn white. It'll illuminate you in the darkest hour. You know that little vial Galadriel gave to Frodo to like illuminate when he went in the cave with Shelob? Yeah, that was Ryan's head.
Yo, motherfucker said he's bored. I have a dream.
Halo.
It is too bored to have a dream.
He can dream about shining.
He can't afford a dream.
How many of you? How many of you can afford a fan with a light? How many of you?
Most of us can
Literally
afford
every
two
single
separate
one of us,
things
buddy.
that do 2 separate options.
Oh,
You don't
none of
need
you
to buy
have
one
one.
that does both.
God damn, bro.
Jesus
All right.
fucking Christ.
Right. So let's get back.
Outro.
Anyway,
Please, you're
y'all, look, everybody. I love this stream a lot. Y'all know this. We shit talk, but man, we try to get a point across to bring people together. Even even if it goes to the expense of Ryan's poverty. Okay, it's
Well,
okay.
most of us try to get
The point is, all right, if y'all want to catch me on my channel, just click the link in the description or whatever link T-Gap sent with whatever shit talking he does about me. But it's fine. It's fine, T-Gap. It's fine. But my two mostly funny commentary with enough detail to make people understand why I either dislike or like a certain film or TV show that I review. So if you're up for that kind of stuff, go ahead and click on the channel. A video will be posted, you fucks. Okay, a video will be posted. I already know what y'all were thinking. A video is
Day
going to be posted very
90,
soon.
no video from Dragon. Day 91, no video from Dragon. Day 92, no video
Ryan,
from Dragon.
It won't change the
Day
fact
93,
that all
no
you can
video
dream
from
is of
Dragon.
me posting a video because that's the only
Ryan's
dream you
still
can
on
afford.
welfare.
Okay, chill out. Okay,
Day 95.
I'm gonna post a
Ryan's,
video
the
soon so
cardboard
you can
hole.
afford the dream. All right,
Dragon
chill
Slayer
out.
Day 96.
commentaries
Ryan still had the same
is
robe
about
he's
as
had for 5 years.
productive as the Biden regime when it
Day
comes to
97.
building the
Ryan needs
wall.
new glasses but can't afford them.
Stop
Day
defending
98.
your bitch.
Ryan
No,
DVD
we
case
all
is
know
still the same
Dragon
size
Slayer
because he can't afford to add more DVDs to make it grow.
Day 100, Ryan's cardboard chair has rotted. Day 101, its curtains have disintegrated. Day 102, he gave up on Doctor Who.
Leona Pixels, take it away.
Please go on, Leona. Come on, man. Give us a go.
Another one in the books. It's been a great weekend. It's been a great Saturday night. We got to cover a lot of ground. There was a lot of excellent things about this conversation, whether we agreed, whether we disagreed. All in all, there was just a lot that I think we can all take away from tonight's episode, both comedy and serious. And if you want a little bit more of that, head on over to my channel, Words of Paradise. In fact, I challenge you guys. I challenge everybody still watching. There's, let's see, how many of you? There's still 115 folks watching right now. Look, I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers before the end of the year. I need 42 more. So anyone that hasn't come to my channel, go ahead, check it out. Because if you're in this chat, that means you're not part of an echo chamber. However, our side of the internet has started to become quite a bit of an echo chamber. We got to combat that because that's what makes us different. So if you want to support making things different, by all means, come to my channel, hit that subscribe button, and kind of get an alternate view of the nerd news through a bit of a political lens. And it's going to be stuff you'll see on Hypno's channel, but maybe a viewpoint you haven't considered. Maybe I'll change your mind, maybe not, but at least you'll be open to the idea of not being in an echo chamber because that's what separates us. That's all I got. Hit the button, and thanks again, Hypno, for another awesome show.
No problem. And we got last but not least, Jay, Diabolical Souls Presents. I still struggle to say
Thank you,
that.
brother.
Take it away.
Yeah. Yeah, come on, check out DSP, Diabolical Souls Presents. I just recently changed it. Where I do a lot of interviews, I like to take the mask off these creators and get behind the scenes and get to know the creators and not only talk about their campaigns, but talk about how they became creators. And we talk about things that are happening in the pop culture world, and we talk about how being creative and blocking out agenda-driven stories and all that kind of nonsense. But this week, I have a busy week. I'm going to be having Dan Lawless on, legend comic book artist. And then Wednesday, I will have Paul Chato, very prominent figure in the pop culture world. So they're going to be on Tuesday and Wednesday. Eventually, I'll get this man to my right, I guess, or left on the screen, Hypnotic. I'll get him on and all these other goons on at one point on Diabolical Souls Presents, and I'll be putting out some videos myself. Not as long as Dragon Slayer there, but they'll be out quicker than probably him. But
I was fine with you, but you know what? DSP now stands for Diabolical Syrian Presents. All right, that's what we fucking get.
I'm only 10 away from 600. I'm only 10 away from 600 subscribers.
Yeah, go and subscribe
Please
to
talk to him. Please give
Diabolical
him
Sock
milestone,
Puppet.
please. Give him a milestone.
DSP, Diabolical Sock Puppet.
Whatever works.
Oh, how British of you.
But I do want to say I love hanging out with these guys. We have a lot of fun on here. I love having the debates. It's nothing but love on here. So off to you there, Hypnotic.
Thank you so much, man. Well, listen, guys, episode 68 was awesome. It's another one in the books, man. Next week is going to be even greater. Hope all you guys are ready for all the 69 puns and memes that are going to come from it. I'm sure it's going to be quite hilarious. I don't have the guest yet, but I'll try to make it female. That way it makes it even more funny. episode 69, but we'll see how that goes. And I know Atreus is tired of having a sausage fest here, so
we need a female to boost our numbers.
We need to spice it up a little bit.
Otherwise, we're going to be called the gayest stream ever.
Leon counts towards our female diversity, but he still has a sausage, so it still makes it a sausage fest, and it doesn't quite help us. So we need to figure
10,000 for the end of the year, and I'll go full trans.
Oh,
Roger does tuck though. Doesn't Roger tuck?
For this.
100%.
All right. Because our tomboy left.
DSP wanker.
But thank you guys so much in the chat, man, for everybody.
Yes. I said 10,000. I said 10,000.
For everybody hanging out with us tonight, it was so much fun. Man. Thank you guys who all decided to take the extra step and donate. As always, every week, you guys really help support the channel and keep it going. Thank you to all the mods, of course, Hypno mods. I thank you guys so much for everything you do and all the work you put in to make the stream, run smoothly and whatnot. And we are going to have a great time next week, as we always do. So thank you guys so much. Coach, you finished the drawing? What is that?
This is
it's a new drawing. What is it? Wait, what does that say?
I can't read that.
That's Lori Miami Booze.
Nice.
That's actually pretty nice. Bro, are you gonna start selling your artwork? I feel like some rich person would buy them for like $5,000 a pop, especially that one. I'm just saying, get that up on a fresco and you're good.
All right, boys. Thank you guys so much for all your support again. I appreciate everybody, and we will see you guys on the next one. And of course, as always, go be bigots. Have a great time, and good night.
Bye-bye.
I am not gay. I have relationships with women, sex with men. And I got news for you. That means you're gay. Poor kids are just as bright and just as talented as white kids. Her dog or her cat was named Vagina. Vagina.